अभी आपका करंट कॉर्पस कितना है?
So that has now become around 18.
So what has been the percentage return on your mutual fund corpus?
It will be 14.8 15 के करीब होगा.
2019 में आपने बताया 15 CR का कॉर्पस हो गया था. Everyone starts with like a small amount of SIP or investments. So
2,500 रुपए.
अच्छा आपने 2,500 रुपए पर मंथ से शुरू किया था. Wow,
I'm a
what's
big
the
spender.
most expensive thing you've spent your money on?
This last month, the house we bought for our parents, and we bought them a home for 6 years.
And like luxury watches or cars?
You're going to take out all my secrets.
क्या कॉस्ट होगा एवरेज रोलेक्स का?
15. वो तो मिलती नहीं है पहले तो.
क्यों नहीं मिलती है? They have some
बड़ा
scarcity.
इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी है. तेरे को पता है रोलेक्स इज नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट कंपनी.
What? Seriously? So your last round salary was 4 crores, but you said you've always lived in a rented house.
Why would I buy an apartment in Bombay where the rental yield is 2%? The cost of that house where I was staying, if I ever went to the owner and I said मेरे को ये खरीदना, he would have said 25 CR at that time.
और आप रेंट दे रहे थे 3 लाख पर month.
3 lakhs.
36 lakhs.
Yeah.
per
So
annum.
you can do the math. 2%. So it's silly, na?
What is the impact of all the geopolitical events that are happening right now on capital markets?
I'm going to say something which may sound controversial. The entire Trump administration, they are doing a series of things against India. Between 93 and 2013, that's a 20-year period. How many terror attacks happened on India?
400 500
और बड़ा सो
2000 3000 max I think.
और बड़ा सो
इससे बड़ा है?
6024.
Oh my god.
One a day.
2024.
Now I will tell you the cost of terrorism. That one large terror attack takes away 1% GDP and 2% investment growth in the year of the attack.
तो एक्सिस म्यूचुअल फंड के केस में देयर वाज अ फ्रंट रनिंग स्कैंडल इन 2022 वेयर अ फंड मैनेजर वाज अक्यूज्ड ऑफ प्रॉफिटिंग फ्रॉम इनसाइडर ट्रेड इंफॉर्मेशन. व्हाट हैपेंड एग्जैक्टली?
So this no one has ever asked me.
And you've worked at Franklin Templeton, Goldman Sachs, you've worked in Axis. So why are you using a mutual fund distributor and not doing mutual fund investments by yourself?
Oh my God.
वीडियो देखने से पहले मेरी एक रिक्वेस्ट है आप सबसे. मैं YouTube एनालिटिक्स देख रहा था एंड वहां पर देखा कि 82.6% ऑफ माय ऑडियंस हु इज वाचिंग दिस कंटेंट हैज नॉट सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल. अगर मैंने आपको थोड़ी सी वैल्यू प्रोवाइड की होगी एंड आपको अगर कंटेंट बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू टू प्लीज हिट द सब्सक्राइब बटन सो दैट वी कैन ब्रिंग यू द बेस्ट क्वालिटी ऑफ गेस्ट एंड गिव यू द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू पॉसिबल. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर सब्सक्राइबिंग टू आवर चैनल एंड एंजॉय दिस एंटायर एपिसोड ऑफ कॉन्वर्सेशन विद कुशल. डिस्कस करते हैं कि आपने कैसे कॉर्पस बनाया था. मैंने आपके वीडियोस देखे थे जहां पर आपने बताया था कि आपने 10 to 15 करोड़ का लाइक एक बॉल पार्क कॉर्पस बनाया हुआ है थ्रू योर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. ये आई थिंक 1 साल पहले मैंने देखा था वीडियो.
हाँ.
तो अभी आपका करंट कॉर्पस कितना है एंड कौन से एसेट क्लासेस में कितना डिवाइडेड है?
So स्टार्ट से स्टार्ट करता हूँ. जब मैंने सोचा था कि नंबर कितना होना चाहिए टू लीड अ डिसेंट लाइफ, तो दैट नंबर वाज 10 ईयर. मैंने ऐसी रैंडम, मतलब देयर वाज नथिंग मैथमेटिकल, कुछ सोचा नहीं था, बट एक रैंडम नंबर सोचा. एटलीस्ट सोचा तो था मैंने. मैं कितने लोग हैं जो सोचते भी नहीं है. सो मैंने सोचा था 10 होगा ना, आई बी वेरी हैप्पी. 10 इज फॉर मी एंड माई वाइफ बिकॉज एजुकेशन सेपरेट बच्चे. एंड व्हेन आई टच 10, when जिस एज पे आई स्टार्ट, जब वो हो गया, देन आई सेड यार नाउ I'm in that safe zone. Now I have to start thinking कि अभी, what else can I do in life? Then that 10 also increased because I was lucky वो सब हो गया. And then by the time I left work, which is let's say about in 2019, that corpus was already touching 15 and a half. So that has now become around 18.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's an 18 CR corpus. But originally मेरे को चाहिए था 10. वो हो गया यहाँ पे and it's working. So I'm very happy.
बट 2019 में आपने बताया 15 था और अभी 18 हुआ है.
But I withdraw also, ना?
हाँ, exactly.
I withdraw. वो मेरा
तो
systematic
कैसे?
withdrawal plan है.
Okay.
I have a systematic withdrawal plan and I have to withdraw from the portfolio because I don't have any other source of income.
Oh.
मैंने अपना लाइफ को ऐसे किया हुआ है that I don't want to be dependent on any form of source of income which takes away my time. अगर मैं टाइम किसी चीज में डाल रहा हूँ, then it has to be either on something that comes very lovingly to me, like for example पढ़ाई लिखाई. I'll do that whole day. या फिर खेल कूद. उसके आउटसाइड मेरे को I don't like to spend my
तो
time.
कैसे, थोड़ा डिटेल में बताओगे? तो 15 सीआर का 2019 में जैसे कॉर्पस बना और आप अभी कितना विड्रॉ कर रहे हो एंड देन फिर भी कैसे 18 सीआर बना, थोड़ा मैथ्स एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो?
So systematic withdrawal plan में मैंने क्या किया हुआ है, मैंने एक नंबर रखा हुआ है कि जो भी गेन, so on an average annual withdrawal I've kept at 6%, 6.5%. अगर ज्यादा भी करना हो तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस ईयर वी वेंट एंड बॉट अ प्रॉपर्टी फॉर माई पेरेंट्स. सो इस साल का विड्रॉल हैज एक्सीडेड माई जनरल रूल एंड सो आई हैव हैड अ बिगर विड्रॉल.
तो साल का बोल रहे हो 6% विड्रॉ करते
हाँ,
हो तो
6%.
15 CR पे 6% हो गया 90 लाख.
Yeah.
तो 90 lakhs in 1 year
In 1
you
year.
will withdraw,
Yeah.
which is around what 7.5 lakhs per
Correct.
month.
Correct.
Okay.
Roughly.
और फिर भी ये आपका कॉर्पस बढ़ रहा है, वो कैसे बढ़ रहा है फिर?
इन्वेस्टेड है ना, फुली इन्वेस्टेड है.
हम्म,
एंड मेरा बस चले तो मैं इसको 100-0 कर दूं मार्केट में, बट
हम्म,
आई हैव अ फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर, म्यूचुअल फंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, वो मेरे को करने नहीं देगा, तो वो 70-30 इन्वेस्टेड है.
okay.
एंड देयर बीन अ गुड पीरियड आल्सो, बट आई डू रिकॉग्नाइज कि ये रिपीटेबल नहीं है. These numbers are not repeatable. You have to, I can't build my future on this. So now I'm adjusting everything. And for the first time, me and my wife are beginning to work on reducing the costs also. Because मेरे को लगता है ये 90 अब sustainable नहीं है. अब इसको मेरे को, given what is happening in the markets, given my own study of what's happening in the world, I can't be living my life based on what happened in the past. So अब 90 को धीरे धीरे I will bring it down. And then the SWP will come down to a certain number.
Got it.
That is my attempt nowadays.
एंड 18 crores का स्प्लिट बता सकते हो कि 18 crores कौन से एसेट क्लासेस में एंड क्या क्या डिवाइड किया है, मतलब कहाँ पे इन्वेस्टेड है?
पहले ना I was not allowed to invest in PMS and all because as part of a mutual fund you cannot invest because I can't own direct stock. But abhi,
Because you were working in mutual fund.
because I was and that too there was something known as key management personnel, KMP होता है, उनको allowed नहीं होता है. Basically I can't be buying stock because company is buying stock. So we were only allowed funds. So पहला सब कुछ ही 100% fund में था. But about 5 years ago, after I had quit, 5 years ago, I shifted a big portion or at least a significant portion into the PMS. So my financial advisor runs a fund also. उसके fund में हमने shift कर दिया. So it's now it has, so there is PMS and funds, and that's how I structured it. I also use the funds for fixed income, जो कि ज्यादातर लोग उसके बारे में बात नहीं करते हैं. बट गिल्ड फंड्स हो या फिक्स्ड इनकम जो डेट कंपोनेंट है उसको मैं म्यूचुअल फंड के रूट से करता हूँ.
तो अभी जैसे 18 CR है तो इसका स्प्लिट कितना होगा, कितना PMS में होगा, कितना फंड में होगा?
सो फंड में होगा रफली 7 CR and the rest is in the PMS.
Okay, got it. So 11 CR आपका PMS में,
फुल उसमें भी इक्विटी में है, बट उसके अंदर भी जो एक कंपोनेंट है फिक्स इनकम का, जो वेयर ही इन्वेस्ट इट इनटू सम ऑफ द म्यूचुअल फंड फिक्स इनकम प्रोडक्ट्स. द रेस्ट इज ऑल इक्विटी.
गॉट इट. तो इसमें अभी जो म्यूचुअल फंड वाला सेगमेंट है एंड जो आपने बताया कि फिक्स्ड इनकम वाला सेगमेंट है, यू आर राइट कि नॉट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल नो अबाउट दीज थिंग्स एंड बहुत कम लोग इन्वेस्ट भी करते हैं. तो कैन यू जस्ट एकदम सिंपली एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो गिल्ट फंड्स होते क्या है एंड क्या एडवांटेज है वहां पे इन्वेस्ट करने का, आपने क्यों किया?
सो इसमें क्या है, फिक्स्ड इनकम का मतलब इट्स लाइक अ फॉर्म ऑफ मेकिंग श्योर दैट योर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हैव अ रेगुलर इनकम. यानी कि इक्विटी में क्या, यू आर टेकिंग ओनरशिप इन द कंपनी, एंड फिक्स्ड इनकम में क्या, आप लोन दे रहे हो. फंडामेंटल फर्क है, एक ओनरशिप है और एक लेंडिंग है. तो हम लोग म्यूचुअल फंड के रूट से व्हेन वी बाय फिक्स्ड इनकम प्रोडक्ट्स वी आर लेंडिंग मनी टू कंपनीज एंड देन दैट पोर्टफोलियो इज क्रिएटिंग एन इनकम स्ट्रीम. That's exactly what we are buying in fixed income. But in government securities, what you're buying is Government of India's debt. And that's the highest security one can provide. पर क्या हो रहा है कि आज की डेट में interest rates have been high. So GSEC जो running yield है वो भी 6.5-7% रह चुकी है पिछले 5-6 साल तक. So the way my financial advisor structured it is that आप zero risk ले रहे हो पर running yield फिर भी 6.5-7% है. और अगर कभी ना कभी इंटरेस्ट रेट्स कम हो गए तो आपको उसका गेन्स भी आ जाएगा पोर्टफोलियो में.
कैसे इंटरेस्ट रेट कम हो गए तो गेन्स कैसे आएंगे?
बिकॉज रिवर्स प्रिंसिपल, द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ यील्ड एंड प्राइस.
क्या होता है सिंपल लैंग्वेज में एक्सप्लेन करोगे?
सिंपल लैंग्वेज में क्या है, अगर आपने अगर मैंने इंटरेस्ट रेट कुछ चीज पे खरीदा हुआ है विच इज एट 7% बट द रेट्स फॉल टू 6, सो जो मैं होल्ड कर रहा हूँ एट 7 बिकम्स मोर वैल्यूएबल बिकॉज every new investment will come at 6, whereas my investment is at 7. So mera 7 becomes more valuable. So a falling interest rate makes my holding more valuable. अगर इंटरेस्ट रेट यहाँ से बढ़ेंगे तो फिर उल्टा हो जाएगा, फिर मेरे पोर्टफोलियो में डेंट आ सकता है. सो दैट इज द बेसिक प्रिंसिपल कि बिटवीन व्हाट यू, अगर आप 7 का खरीद रहे हो, इंटरेस्ट रेट हो गया 6, so isn't it logical that my holding at 7 is more valuable?
Right.
Yeah, so that's the way. But we didn't look at that at all. Appreciation on market हमने नहीं देखा था, हमने ये देखा कि रनिंग ही ला रही है 6.5-7%, और आपको गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का रिस्क मिल रहा है, जीरो रिस्क है, नेवर हैज इट डिफॉल्टेड. European countries have defaulted, pigs have defaulted, all of Portugal, Italy, Greece, all of these nations have defaulted at some point or the other. India has never defaulted. So you're getting government of India, zero risk, 6.5%. And the idea was that in my case, what he then said कि अब मेरे पास कोई सोर्स ऑफ इनकम तो है नहीं, फुली एक्विटी 100 में उस वक्त ठीक था जब मेरे पास सैलरी थी. I can't be doing that when I have no salary. So this 30% was like a buffer कि अब कभी भी कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाए तो ये आपका बैलेंसर है.
Right.
So fundamentally I'm an equities guy. मेरे को समझता है risk, but because of this new equation, I had to then follow the advice of my advisor.
So gilt funds are basically a fixed income instrument which will invest in government securities.
Government of India securities.
Correct. And ये एवरेज पे आपको 6.5-7% का रिटर्न देते होंगे
और
हर
इनमें
साल.
क्या है ना, इनका टेन्योर भी डिफरेंट टेन्योर्स होते हैं. So these are normally there are 10 year securities, but they are very tradable. बहुत ही लिक्विड होते हैं because government of India securities हैं, so banks का ट्रेड बहुत ज्यादा होता है. So they are highly liquid. So इसमें ये नहीं है कि आप बेच नहीं सकते. म्यूचुअल फंड है, वैसे भी फंड है. Even funds find it very easy and because they are highly liquid.
Got it. तो ये आपने फिक्स्ड इनकम वाला पोर्शन बताया. तो अभी आपका जो इक्विटी वाला पोर्शन है, तो आपका 70% इक्विटी है और 30% डेट है, राइट? तो जो आपका म्यूचुअल फंड वाला पोर्शन है, तो उसमें आपने कॉर्पस कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया, कितने फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट किया है, कौन से टाइप के फंड्स हैं?
So fund selection and fund diversification, मेरे को लगता है we have not done a good job in explaining that. Because what I see in my friends' portfolios, relatives के portfolios में, when they show me ना portfolios कि करण देख ले जरा सब ठीक है, I see 21 names, 30 names, and they say we are very diversified. Fair enough, उनको लगता है ऐसा, which in their books is diversified. But then when I just tell them one thing, okay, fair enough, आपने 20 fund लिए हुए हैं, but do you know your single stock exposure to one stock is, let's say, 20% of your portfolio. And this is true. I'm not so अगर मैं नाम लूँ ना, so it's not to let me be very clear, I'm not trying to say something is good or bad. It's an illustration. So just as an example, अगर आप 20 funds खरीद लो, then you say आपका number one stock exposure कौन सा है, it'll come out to be HDFC Bank. That is natural because everyone is buying the same, the funds are all buying the same index or stock, and 35% of the index is financials. So you have to buy HDFC, you have to buy ICICI, and then you have to buy TCS. IT is the other thing. So when I tell my friends कि तुमने 20 funds खरीद के diversification नहीं करी है, they don't understand. Then I have to explain to them that you are super exposed to 3 stocks or 4 stocks. Then they get it. To now come to your question, okay, how and what is my structure? What we have gone and done is, it's completely different from the industry right now. You will be shocked to know that out of the 35% that is in banking, I literally have 1% exposure to banking.
What are you saying?
Yes, it's unbelievable. And I've lived that now for 6-7 years. So
Why so less in banking?
It's nothing to do anti-banking or anything. So this is where a good advisor really plays a massive role. And I must give credit to my financial advisor, which is Vinod Jain and Jain Investments. They looked at manufacturing, agriculture, tractors, at a time when no one was talking about it, Kushal. And I have to, be very honest about it that it didn't resonate with me. I laughed at him. मैंने कहा, what are you saying here? How can HDFC Bank or iBank not make money? It's just silly to believe that a 20-year compounding machine cannot make money. And he was sure कि no, just wait and watch, नहीं हो सकता ये. I literally laughed at him. And today, it's like the reverse. For 3 years or 4 years, I think these stocks, and please don't get me wrong, I'm not questioning the quality of those companies. I'm just saying making money is very different from the quality of the business. They've already delivered. So that segment has not delivered. And IT has also not delivered. What has delivered is manufacturing, is agri, is parts of pharma. And so you got to position your portfolio ahead of time. इसका एक प्रॉब्लम और भी है. When you position ahead of time, you have to झेलो the pain also. Because you are going anti-market और मार्केट में कुछ चल ही रहा है. तो 2 डिसीजन इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं. एक तो आप एंटी मार्केट काम करते हो और दूसरा जब मार्केट चल रही होती है आप उसमें पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर रहे हो. So for 2 years we didn't make much money. Only in the last 3 years has the portfolio really started to, start to now really build out. In fact, now the call is that maybe we are overdone on manufacturing. So usko ab prune down kar rahe hain.
So what has been the percentage return on your mutual fund corpus? XIRR कितना होगा?
मेरे XIRR would be around 15 to 16%,
nice.
which is not bad.
Yeah, 16% is good. And
Very
mutual
good.
fund में 16% मिलना is
And उसमें fixed income added है.
अच्छा, okay.
अब देखो ना 30% उसमें 15 का मतलब actually close to 14.5 it will be 14.8 15 के करीब होगा. Let's say 14.5 है. Just for simplicity, let's take 14.5. That is inclusive of 30% of fixed income.
Right. तो इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड्स में कौन से फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट किया एंड क्या बेसिस था या
हाँ, सो ये इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन जो है इसमें वी हैव थिंग्स लाइक MNC fund. We have a little bit of exposure to global funds. Then there is a fund called the fund house का नाम is there's a fund called Tata Ethical Fund. उसकी performance has been little slow, but उसका portfolio has been outstanding, completely different from the rest of the industry. So Tata Ethical, Kotak MNC, these are the kind of funds that we've invested in. Then I've invested a little bit of our fixed income funds are in BNP's products. There's also products such as we've got investments in. Of course, I had some money in my Axis funds. I was invested in the Axis FlexiCap fund. But if you notice the names, they're not necessarily the regular funds that people buy. Like currently no one is buying an MNC fund.
What is an MNC fund?
Multinational companies.
हाँ, but क्या मतलब मल्टीनेशनल कंपनीज में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं बस.
हाँ, तो उसमें क्या है ऐसा ये कोटक का एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग फंड है जिसमें मिनिमम 50% ऑफ देयर रेवेन्यूज आर कमिंग ऑफशोर ऑल्सो. सो हिंदुस्तान लीवर उसमें मारुति सुजुकी भी है बिकॉज 50% of the revenues are coming here and 50% are coming from offshore. Colgate. Then I have investments in a pharma fund.
Which one?
This is the fund that we have right now is Axis only.
Okay.
But the point I'm trying to make is a pharma or things like manufacturing or exposure to tractors then finally gets to like it all kinds of forms into a portfolio. And that is what is showing up as exposure to equity financials is 1% and exposure to everything else is much higher. In fact, exposure to IT is only one stock, HCL Tech.
Okay.
That's it.
Tata Ethical Fund क्या exactly ये क्या करता है?
So this is a fund which invests primarily in ethical businesses. And the definition of that is it will not do alcohol, it will not do cigarettes, it will not do anything which is a sin stock. So it's highly quality conscious. Momentum play nahi hai. So like I said, its performance it's taken a bit of time to build its performance because whatever is there in the portfolio has not been in the scheme of things. Na wo momentum mein fit aata hai. And quality has taken a bit of a backseat. But it focuses, iske top 10 mein na, वो बैंकिंग भी नहीं है. So again, this falls in that whole thinking कि we have to stay away from banking and IT.
तो ये एथिकल में कौन से कंपनीज आएंगे, मतलब कौन सी एग्जांपल्स हो गए?
ये सारे जैसे मैंने बोला, डॉक्टर रेड्डीज, कोलगेट, हिंदुस्तान
तो ये
लीवर,
टाटा एथिकल
नेस्ले,
फंड में आएगी?
टाटा एथिकल में.
अच्छा, ओके.
हम्म.
और इसमें अल्कोहल, सिगरेट्स, वो सिन
नहीं,
स्टॉक्स, वो
कुछ
सब
नहीं है,
नहीं
कुछ
हो गए?
नहीं है, नहीं बैंकिंग भी
ओके,
नहीं है.
ओके. वाओ, इंटरेस्टिंग, ये मेरे को नहीं पता था
हाँ.
इसका मतलब. बट
तो ये
रिटर्न
आई
कितना
थिंक
होगा?
रेयरेस्ट ऑफ रेयर फंड है जिसमें बैंकिंग नहीं है.
हाँ,
So that's why he picked it up.
गॉट
Would
इट.
I have done it on my own? No. Because मेरा तो दिमाग भी नहीं जाता वहां तक. Because I'm not thinking like that. And so I have to be very honest and clear that these are picks, because I also trust my advisor. Because I do believe that वो 10 साल आगे सोच रहा है. He's building portfolios for the future. I'm looking at, मैं तो आज देख रहा हूँ what's happening.
You have worked in the mutual fund industry, and you've been like a veteran in the industry with over 25 plus years of work experience, and you've worked at Franklin Templeton, फिर Goldman Sachs, you've worked in Axis as the chief business officer. So why are you using a mutual fund distributor and not doing mutual fund investments by yourself?
कहाँ कैसे कैसे आंसर दूं मैं इसके? कहाँ से इसका आंसर दूं मैं? Let me start with the most basic.
Because the question is mutual
Very
fund
pertinent.
distributor के expense ratio, commissions जाते हैं, right? Like if you see
उसका
the
तो मैं
expense
आंसर बड़ा
ratio.
सिंपल दे देता हूँ. उसका
हाँ.
तो मैं कुशल बड़ा बेसिक सा
हम्म.
आंसर है. मान ले 1% ब्रोकरेज है,
हाँ.
तो उस 1% ब्रोकरेज को बचाने के लिए we are putting 99% of the portfolio at risk by thinking that we can do it ourselves. I will always advise against that, because you have to believe that या तो आप ये प्रोफेशनली खुद कर रहे हो, then it's fine. But if your day job is an engineer, अगर आपका दिन का काम है to be a pharmacist, or if you're a doctor or an engineer or a sportsman, then you'll focus on that, no? You won't. You know how much time it takes to buy a stock when the guys are doing research? To buy one stock, it can take 30, 40 days. This is after having full-fledged research teams. You really think individuals are capable of spending 30 days in buying a stock, in reading everything? I don't think so. I'm not questioning their intelligence.
टाइम ही नहीं है ना इतना
Time
ज्यादा.
नहीं है. When you under-research it, then you will falter. So coming back to the question that I have the experience, because I've had the experience, I realize that it's best suited to go with great financial advisors. People who genuinely can look into the future, take care of your family, be aware, and also advise when it comes to personal matters. This is not just about financial matters. I've taken advice from my financial advisor on multiple things, on personal issues. He's like a family member. And again, I just want to clarify that, the cost to get great advice is too small, because you're building portfolios for 20 years, 15 years. One or two bad moves is wealth destruction.
But then at a big corpus, like at a huge corpus level like yours, तो वहाँ पे जैसे even a 1% difference in the expense ratio will like move the needle very much, because आपका amount बहुत ज़्यादा है, right? Like you will save lakhs and lakhs if you do it by yourself.
No, but I will destroy crores if I get the direction wrong. मेरे को distance, see, in golf there are two issues in life and in golf: distance and direction. अब मेरे को रात को फ्लाइट लेनी है दिल्ली जाने के लिए. अगर वो 2 डिग्री से ऑफ हो गया ना रेडार, आई लैंड अप इन लाहौर. सेम थिंग इज फॉर पोर्टफोलियो. 2 डिग्री लेफ्ट राइट हो गया ना, तो वो 20 साल का रिटर्न विल फॉल बाय 4 to 5%, उस 1% को बचाते बचाते.
So your advice is that कि आपको अगर नहीं आता है तो go to a financial advisor even if the expense ratio is higher.
नहीं, मैं कुछ और कह रहा हूँ. मैं कह रहा हूँ कि अगर आता भी हो and you're very good at it, then and you professionally do this, only then do it yourself. In any other situation, I have many CEOs, friends who do use financial advisors. कुछ नहीं करते हैं, but काफी लोग करते भी हैं, because वो उनका प्रोफेशनल काम है. They do this, and by the way, they look at multiple portfolios. See, I was only looking at Access at one time or Templeton, wherever I was. So I was mentally attuned to my fund house. मेरे को वो वाइड एरे देखने का स्कोप ही नहीं था ना. My point is, please use good advisors because they add value. And the 1% cost is too small a cost when it comes to long-term wealth creation.
Got it.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
आपका अभी जैसे 2019 में आपने बताया 15 CR का कॉर्पस हो गया था एंड ऑफ कोर्स आई एम श्योर एवरीवन स्टार्ट्स विद लाइक अ स्मॉल अमाउंट ऑफ SIP और इन्वेस्टमेंट्स.
2,500 रुपए.
अच्छा, आपने 2,500 रुपए पर मंथ से शुरू किया था. वाह. और ये कब था, कौन से साल में?
25 साल
1995
1998 1999.
अच्छा,
Just before 2000. एक साल इधर उधर.
Okay.
2,500 रुपए से.
वाह. तो और लास्ट SIP आपका कितने का था जब आप रिटायर नहीं हुए थे, तभी आपने कितने का किया था?
3.5 या 3.5 lakhs or something.
Got it. So
3.5
2,500 per month से 3.5 lakhs per month is a
तो
big
वो
jump.
compounding यार.
हाँ.
So here is another important point जो कि मैंने I've discussed this on other podcasts also. In my career, it was not linear. Neither my promotion was linear nor my salary. My maximum salary came in the last 3 years of my career. अगर मैं अभी काम कर रहा होता, so my maximum money I would have made in the last 2 years of my, if I was working, let's say if I was employed today, as a part of my net worth, the maximum would have been made in the last 3 years.
Because your last done salary was rupees 4 crores, right?
At that
From
time.
Axis.
At that time.
Huh.
Today it would have been 10.
Right.
Just by simple mathematics. I'm just saying that, it would have been 10 because stock options would have gone up, my salary would have gone up. Would 10 ho gaya hota. Just saying that if it's 7 years ago, it was 4. So in the last 3 years, I would have made the maximum money, which is the exact truth for life, for investments, and for making sure that your portfolio grows. Because people tend to think that my 2,500 went to 4 lakhs. It's that one straight line. No, 2,500 must have gone to 5,000 after a long period. Then 5 must have gone to 1 lakh after maybe 10 years. And then 1 to 3 must have gone in the last few years.
तो आपका सैलरी ग्रोथ कैसे हुआ था? आप लाइक 1999 से 2019 तक, कैन यू हेल्प मी अंडरस्टैंड कि कौन से लाइक जंप्स हुए थे एंड क्या अमाउंट्स थे सैलरी के?
Oops. I won't remember in detail, but I'll try and give an idea.
I think starting कितना था? 20,000 था ना, ऐसा कुछ था, राइट?
वो तो 92 में था.
हाँ, तो वहां से शुरू
92 बाप रे 20,000. हाँ.
फिर
20. Then 20. So suddenly I got a break, and it became that became 3.5-4 lakhs का पैकेज हो गया.
अच्छा, कहाँ
I
पे?
think I
गोल्डमैन
got-
सैक्स में?
नहीं
So-
ये तो बहुत दूर की बात है. This was when I was still in Delhi. In 92, I think in 94 or 95, that 20,000 became almost 35 to 40,000 because the shift happened from selling computers to getting into financial services. And that
Okay.
time financial services was starting to invest. So I got a pretty good hike. I had to live up to the expectations and stuff like that. It became, I think 94, 95 tak it became 4 lakhs. But the big jump came when I shifted to Bombay. That's when the story started to change. And especially when I shifted to Templeton. This was somewhere in 2002. So the mechanics started to change there. Then if I remember correctly, and I hope I'm not too wrong, my salary went to something like 17 or 18 lakhs with a guaranteed bonus of another 6 lakhs.
So 24.
Big shift, huh? Yeah, that became a big shift. So that set the tone. So, but remember, from 92 2002, it's a 10-year journey. It happened over 10 years. So, but then that set a pretty good benchmark. Then my really next big story happened when I joined Goldman Sachs. That's 2008, 2007, like 5 or 6 years later. They kind of put me at about 1 crore, 50 lakhs fixed and 50 lakhs fixed, like bonus. So suddenly that 18-20 at what started at 18-20 suddenly looked at 1. And then came Axis, which stuck at 1 only, started at 1.
Which year?
2009. But then by the time I left, everything put together became 4,
2019.
19.
Wow. So your salary has increased from 2.4 lakhs in 1992 to 4 CR in 2019 per annum. Wow, that's a very big jump. And this 2019 में जो 4 CR का salary था, what was the split? Like fixed, variable, stock options
I
मिला
think
के?
my my fixed is 1.3 CR. I had a bonus of about 70 lakhs. That's 2 CR, and the rest was stock options 2 CR.
Got it. So then अगर 2019 में 4 CR का salary था, तो like the corpus which you said was 15 CR, तो 15 से ज़्यादा होना चाहिए था ना, like because 4 CR was the salary then, or was it the last 3 years?
These are all pre-tax numbers,
Okay.
right? So start taking off tax, start taking off rental income that I was paying here. I was staying in Malabar Hill. All my 20 years I stayed on rented apartments, so I had to pay tremendous amount. So off the 100 rupees I would earn, the last tax number used to be 40. I used to be in the highest tax bracket. 40% उड़ गया वहां पे. फिर वो PF निकाल. And then I had a rental thing of about 3 lakhs per month. So karte karate, the savings number on a salary and thing, it's not easy to save too much money. It was the stock options that really became big. Plus, I'm a big spender. I'm a self-confessed big spender. I love traveling. I love my watches. I love buying things. So I do love to spend. I don't come from that philosophy of if you've retired, you cannot spend. I don't believe in that. मतलब why would I not spend? Yeah, this is my money. मैं अपने लिए खर्च करूँगा ना. So I'm a big
What's the
spender.
most expensive thing you've spent
Time.
your money on?
The most expensive thing I've ever bought is time.
उसके अलावा in terms of material thing, हाँ, cost क्या होगा उसका? Maybe a luxury watch, car, yacht, or
yacht तो सवाल ही नहीं. इतनी नहीं. यार, to be honest, 17-18 CR at that time was big, but then all my friends are way above that number because you can see what has happened post 2019. In the last 5 years, salaries would have gone haywire and the payouts would have gone haywire. And I feel very happy for them that, they stuck around, they took the hard decision of staying, and so they've benefited from it. And I've decided not to participate in it. So I don't deserve to get that money, but I'm enjoying my life.
So what would be the most expensive thing you would have bought? Apart
Multiple
from
things. No, but time is super expensive. Look at the opportunity cost of 7 years. So I think, so your question is very specific. Materially, what is the most? I think this last month, the house we bought for our parents.
Oh, nice.
Me and my sister pooled in money and we bought them a home for 6 CR.
Wow, so sweet.
Yeah. And so now we are all in the same building. One floor is ours, one is my sister's, and one is my parents. So it couldn't have been better than this.
Wow. And like luxury watches or cars?
I do, yes. You're going to take out all my secrets. I do own a nice X5 BM, which I bought last year. But see, remember, markets were booming. So that's the other thing. When the markets were booming, I took the मैंने पैसे निकाल लिए मैंने कल. Then there are a few Rolexes I do have.
Are you like a watch fan? Like you have a collection of watches?
I do have I don't have a great collection of watches, but I have a decent collection of watches. Friends of mine who are watching this, they're very good. There's a friend of mine called Deepak Tomar. He's brilliant on horology. It's called Horology, the love for watches. I picked it up from him. And I think watch is so exquisite. Watchmaking is an art. उसके इतने complications होते हैं. So, and then when you wear something which is made by hand, so complicated, then it's not about time. It's about ownership of craftsmanship.
क्या cost होगा average Rolex का? 14 lakhs, 15 lakhs?
15. Depending on, वो तो मिलती नहीं है पहले तो.
अच्छा, मतलब
मिलती नहीं है.
क्यों नहीं मिलती है? Like they have some
बड़ा
scarcity.
interesting story है, कुशल. You want to know?
Yeah, of course.
तेरे को पता है Rolex is a not-for-profit company?
What? Seriously?
Yes.
Not-for-profit company?
Not-for-profit.
ये मेरे को
It's
नहीं
a
पता
trust. किसी को पता ही नहीं होगा ये.
हाँ
मतलब जितना भी तू रोलेक्स का एडवर्टाइजिंग जो भी है ना, so that is a firm which is जितने भी पैसे they are earning, they are donating that money or are investing back in R&D. It's a not for profit company. एक स्टैट देता हूँ तेरे को रोलेक्स का विच इज सुपर कूल. हाँ, सो रोलेक्स में क्या है दैट डिमांड, सो दे हैव क्रिएटेड डिमांड. द थिंग इज दे मेक 1 million वॉचेस अ ईयर एंड येट देयर इज स्केर्सिटी. 10 लाख घड़ियां बनाते हैं, बट उसमें क्या किया उन्होंने कि 10 लाख में से 9 लाख घड़ियां आर स्टील एंड गोल्ड. केवल 1 लाख घड़ियां आर स्टील, एंड द स्टील दे यूज इज एक्सक्विजिट. उनके they make their own steel, they do their own craftsmanship, and then they only make 1 lakh steel watches. So if you want to buy a Rolex, everyone wants to buy the steel Rolex.
अच्छा.
No one, very few people want to buy the steel and gold, but you end up buying the steel and gold only because ये मिलती नहीं है. इसकी waiting period 1 साल है.
1 साल?
1 साल.
बाप रे. और दोनों की क्या कॉस्ट डिफरेंस
So
होगा?
So I think स्टील वाली 13 lakhs की होगी. When I first bought mine 6.5 की थी, आज 13 की होगी है.
स्टील
Double.
वाली सिर्फ?
हाँ.
Okay.
और स्टील गोल्ड होगी 14. इट्स नॉट एज इफ दे आर वेरी हाईली प्राइस्ड. वो तो 15 में होगी, 15 lakhs, 18 lakhs. बहुत घड़ियां हैं विच आर वे मोर complicated than Rolex, and they are really good. For example, APs, Audemars Piguet, or for that matter, what is doing really well are these Richard Milles. You'll see all the F1 sportsmen, all the drivers are wearing this watch called Richard Mille. Hardik Pandya is wearing that. Those are 2 CR watches. So,
Wow.
I mean, I'm not in that league. But I'm just saying watchmaking is, there's a watch called Lange. It's very difficult. Patek Philippe, impossible to get. So watches की दुनिया ही अलग
कितने
है.
की आती है पातेक फिलिप?
पहले तो मिलेगी नहीं, अगर मिलेगी भी तो 45-50 lakhs.
अच्छा, तो ये मिलती नहीं है?
नहीं मिलती. They're difficult to get because pieces बहुत कम बनते हैं, and then जैसे ही आते हैं ना तो डिमांड इतनी हाई है because demands coming from the Middle East, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Americans, the Europeans, and the Indians.
Do they intentionally also do this scarcity,
Yes.
like just
Yeah.
to have that
Yeah.
feeling कि हाँ scarce है ये, तो
Yeah.
उसकी डिमांड फिर वैसे बढ़
हाँ,
जाती है, वैल्यू बढ़ जाती है.
वैल्यू बढ़ जाती है. It's called giffen goods. Like जिस थिंग के लिए जो if you yearn for something, the price of that tends to go up.
हाँ,
So it's like diamonds, scarcity, and hence the prices go up.
एंड इसमें रोलेक्स में मैंने ऐसे भी सुना था कि आपको मतलब अंदर जाने के लिए भी यू नीड अ रेफरेंस, ऐसा भी कुछ होता है क्या? और एनीवन कैन
नहीं
गो
नहीं
इन?
नहीं, आजकल ऐसा नहीं है.
नहीं होता. ओके.
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. वो पहले था once upon a time, but अभी तो यू कैन गो इन बट पीस नहीं दिखते. ऑलमोस्ट सब खाली होता है, और अगर कुछ होगा भी ना तो वो लिखा होता है ऑलरेडी सोल्ड.
अच्छा.
सो यू नीड टू वेट, और यू नीड टू नो पीपल, और यू नीड टू बी अ जेन्युइन बायर. उसमें क्या है ना कि मान ले मैंने 13 की ले ली, बट इफ समवन इज डेस्परेट टू गेट, देन दे विल पे मी 15 ना. So they don't want this to happen. They don't want a black market like kind of story. उनको ये नहीं चाहिए कि जाके लोग उसको फ्लिप कर रहे हैं. So that's the thing with. But there are some brilliant watchmakers in the world right now. Like I said, right at the very top are these few names: Richard Mille, Pateks, APs. Within AP there's a watch called the Royal Oak. उसकी और भी ज्यादा स्केर्स है.
अच्छा. गॉट इट. वाओ, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. सो या कमिंग बैक टू द क्वेश्चन, तो आप बोल रहे हो कि फिर मतलब जैसे 15 का हुआ था आपका कॉर्पस, तो ये आपका मतलब जैसे रेंट वगैरह पे जाता था एंड स्पेंडिंग वगैरह पे जाता था. सो दैट इज लाइक दैट ट्रिप्स एंड ऑल.
ट्रिप अभी भी होते हैं बहुत ट्रिप्स. या बट या
कितने रहते हो आप फॉरेन ट्रिप्स साल में?
There was a time when we did 3 or 4 a year till last year.
अच्छा.
But this year we've come down to आधा. This year is down to 2.
Okay.
Austerity measures are in place. Austerity measures are in place, and we are very conscious. So 4 coming to 2 is 50% drop.
Yeah.
So that's the intention. Now start being very cognizant and careful about important things to spend on. Because I can see we are getting into some rough weather.
So your last round salary was 4 crores, but you said you've always lived in a rented house. So what is the reason behind staying in a rented house?
Most simple reason. Why would I buy an apartment in Bombay where the rental yield is 2%? And if I go to buy, when I lived in Malabar Hill for a very long time, or let's say at Bandra, the cost of that house where I was staying, if I ever went to the owner and I said, मेरे को ये खरीदना, he would have said 25 CR at that time.
और आप रेंट दे रहे थे 3 लाख पर मंथ
3 lakhs.
36 lakhs
Yeah.
per
So
annum.
you can do the math. It'll be
कितना हो गया?
2%,
ये
1.5%, 2%.
उससे भी कम हो गया ना
उससे भी कम है.
25 ईयर का हाउस है हाँ 1.5
1.5%.
to 2.
So it's silly, na? His property will quote me is 25, but he's taking 3 lakhs rent. Why would I? मान लो I had 25. Would I do the sensible thing in blocking that money? So I've always believed कि बॉम्बे में तो बिल्कुल ही घर लेना is silly. It's a silly financial decision until you're really living in it and want to live in Bombay. Then it's fine. If you're not, I was not very sure whether I want to live in Bombay or wo you were. Then finally we shifted back to Delhi. And in Delhi मैंने खरीदा हुआ था एक घर. उसका rental yield भी ठीक है. It was not so expensive. And I had bought that long time ago. And today that is paying dividends. I bought that house, Kushal, at 1 CR, which is, today the worth of that house is about 7, I guess. 6.5. I've never asked.
How many years?
We bought it in 2004 or something, 2004 or 5. But I've never gone and asked someone, will you buy my house? Because we love staying there. But that 1 CR investment made sense. I redeemed all my money. Took a 70-80% of all the, तब तक थोड़ा सा corpus हो गया था 70-80 lakhs का by that time. सारा निकाल दिया. My advisor said, just go buy the house because this can be an investment for the future. And then it's coming at a great price. It's a city that you may want to retire in. Imagine all this conversation is in 2003 or 4. And never did I want to buy something in Bombay. So that decision has paid off well. We stay in that house. And the only other house I bought is for my parents. But imagine in Bombay, I don't know what, I'm assuming this place, the cost could be...
This flat 6.5 CR. Abhi
Right.
market rate 7 CR. This is 1200 square feet.
और rental कितना होगा?
Rental इसका होगा 2.5 lakhs per month.
So 24,
30 lakhs
30
per
lakhs
annum.
हो गया ना? तो rental yield not bad.
Yeah.
Rental yield not bad. इस केस में अच्छा rental yield है. So
5% के आसपास है.
हाँ,
तो
5
यहाँ पे रेंटल यील्ड रेसिडेंशियल के दे आर डिसेंट 4-5%
4 and 5, but compared to 2 is way better.
Yeah.
But compared to a government of India securities,
It's still less.
It's still 1.5%
Yeah.
low. And by the way, are you beating inflation at 5?
No.
Nahin,
But
na?
that we are not even beating at 6.5. I mean, just at par, no?
At par. At least I'm at par. मेरा कहने का मतलब था कि so it's not an easy city to take a decision as far as real estate is concerned. And I've noticed this with my closest friends. After they save tons and tons of money, then one fine day, then they'll redeem everything and buy this huge mansion or whatever expensive thing in Bombay, which will take away it'll take away 50-60% of their net worth. Then they have to start all over again. I didn't want to do that.
Got it. Let's spend some time on the mutual fund industry. So you've spent 25 plus years in the mutual fund industry. I'll ask you a tricky question. What is the craziest sales target you were ever given and how did you do it?
Self-imposed tha wo. So wo I took it on myself. There was a reason for it. It's a very easy answer to give. When I joined Axis na, तो हम लोग zero थे. Zero AUM because fund भी नहीं launch हुआ था. So I told my sales team, look, fine, we are zero. But look at the top 3 AMCs in the country. Who are they? That's SBI, HDFC, ICICI. And all of them are bank-based. They're some way or the other. They have a banking parent, so to speak.
Axis का भी था ना Axis Bank?
Correct. तो मैंने वही बोला. और banking में SBI बड़ा है, HDFC बड़ा है, ICICI बड़ा है और Axis बड़ा है. So अगर banking में वो 4 बड़े हैं, तो with zero AUM, you're already like a top 7 AMC because you have brand, you have reach, you have distribution. What is it that you don't have is just money, na? वो तो naturally आ जाएगा when your self belief is that you are in the top 4 already. Imagine all other AMCs had to struggle so much, build so much, you know, first they had to tell people who they are. That was not my challenge. So from day one in Access, I told my team, you have zero AUM, but think of yourself as a top 5 or 6 AMC. And the number is a byproduct. And then I think today they're at about 3 lakh odd crores, top 7, top 8 AMC. Reasonably, I mean, they have everything going for them. But even at zero, I thought we were a top 6 AMC.
तो आपने जब ज्वाइन किया तब था ही नहीं क्या एक्सेस का
No,
म्यूचुअल
मैं
फंड?
employee number 3 or 4 हूँ.
अच्छा, ओके, सो यू हैव लाइक लिटरली
Created it.
या आई मीन स्टार्टेड मतलब जब कुछ
फाउंडर
था ही
मेंबर
नहीं.
हूँ उसका.
वाओ, एंड व्हेन यू लेफ्ट व्हाट वाज द AUM?
95,000 crores.
वाओ, दैट्स क्वाइट बिग.
Just around the 1 lakh mark.
अभी समझ रहा है स्टॉक ऑप्शंस का 2 करोड़ का वैल्यू कैसे आ रहा है.
नहीं, और अभी सोच वो 3 लाख करोड़ हो गया है. So
हाँ.
now you understand why I say what's the most expensive thing is time.
हाँ, राइट.
Because I've left away so much on the table.
तो ये इंडस्ट्री के बारे में थोड़ा देयर आर लॉट ऑफ controversies or scams also that have happened in the mutual fund industry. तो I want you to like also give your frank opinion कि क्या हुआ था, कैसे हुआ था, and what do you think went wrong. तो Axis Mutual Fund के केस में there was a front running scandal in 2022 where a fund manager was accused of profiting from insider trade information. Although you had left in 2019, what happened exactly and क्या ऐसे गलत हुआ वहाँ पे आपके हिसाब से, and what do you think can be done better?
Okay. So this no one has ever asked me because clearly it's not a question. A, no one has asked me. B, I've never attempted to answer it in the past. But अभी तूने पूछ ही लिया तो I'll give you my third party view because इसमें मैं अंदर नहीं था. By the way, I want to make this clear. The only time I regret not working is this. I wish I was there when this problem had taken place. Because uska experience would have lasted me for a lifetime. I wanted to be there when the firm went through a tough time. वो experience मेरा रह गया. Because it would have taught me how to handle teams, how to be ahead of the curve, and to handle such an adverse situation. So I miss that. I think in this case we've had a situation, genuine problem, where when a person decides to take an illegal measure, however good your systems may be, if a person has decided, he's decided. I would think that this was a decision that the fund manager in question, or the dealer, decided that he wants to do this, and he managed to game the system.
क्या क्या हुआ था exactly?
So front running is very, जैसे मैंने तेरे को बोला ना, PMS में why were I not allowed to buy stocks? Is because if I know that the fund is, अगर मेरी स्कीम खरीद रही है XYZ स्टॉक, एक मेरे को पता है कि वो खरीदने वाले हैं, तो उससे एक दिन पहले मैंने अगर खरीद लिया, so I know कि ये रन अप हो सकता है ना, because there'll be an institutional buyer coming in. That's front running. So that data that he was privy to, he has probably shared, not probably, he's now shared it with, let's say, people sitting in India and abroad. And they bought the stock before the fund bought it. And they profited from it.
इसमें ऐसा 31 करोड़ का कुछ गेन किया था, ऐसा कुछ था ना?
I would, यार मैं exact numbers, I'm not really into the details around the numbers of how much, but 31 crores could be what he has gained, 90 crores or 100 crores or whatever that number is. See, the way you have to look at this problem is, did the unit holders suffer? Finally, if someone has gained 30 crores, 100 crores, 50 crores, then the unit holder has suffered. And in this case, that unit holders ka jo compensation tha, or the value that is, then SEBI has put a fine on everyone. Everyone has had to pay a fine. And that the good news is that this case is now closed, because they've done their whole verification. They find the people, they find everyone in that. They find the CEO, ex-CEO, they find the ex-CIO. They've obviously taken strict measures against the firm, and now it's a brand new entity. So, sadly, this should never have happened, honestly. This act of omission or act of commission should never have taken place. Our systems should have caught it. पर वो नहीं हुआ. And Axis has paid the price for it. See, it was the darling of every unit holder in 21, 22, matlab 25% market share. 25%.
म्यूचुअल फंड इंडस्ट्री.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
25% market share. Unheard of.
Wow.
So they've taken a beating for it. They've borne the brunt. And I do think now it's time to put it aside and kind of move ahead and give Axis that, their rightful place, which is back onto track. And I think that the new CEO has done a tremendous amount of work in investing back in systems, investing in people, a new set of fund managers and all of that. So I think they'll come back on track.
तो इसमें हुआ क्या था कि बेसिकली फंड मैनेजर जो थे उन्होंने बेसिकली
एक डीलर, वन स्पेसिफिक डीलर.
अच्छा, एक डीलर और फंड मैनेजर अलग अलग होते हैं. क्या तो डीलर कौन होता है?
फंड मैनेजर क्या होता है? वो फंड मैनेजर वो होता है जो पैसे मैनेज करता है. डीलर वो होता है जो उस ट्रेड को एग्जीक्यूट करता है. हु इज द वन इन टच विद ऑल द ब्रोकिंग हाउसेस कि मेरा ब्लॉक डील है, मेरे को ये खरीदना है, मेरे को डॉक्टर रेड्डीज खरीदना है, मेरे को टीसीएस इतने स्टॉक लेने हैं. ही गिव्स द रेंजेस ऑन हु टू बाय. एंड ब्रोकिंग में भी ना क्या होता है कि जो फंड मैनेजर्स दे रैंक ऑल द ब्रोकर्स बाय वैल्यू कितना है, हाउ गुड आर दे. देन यू हैव टू ट्रेड बेस्ड ऑन दैट नंबर. यू कैन नॉट से कि लोएस्ट रैंकिंग ब्रोकर को मैं हाईएस्ट ट्रेड्स दे दूंगा. वो सब सिस्टम में अलाउड नहीं है.
तो डीलर ने बेसिकली उसके पास एक्सेस टू इन्फॉर्मेशन था बिकॉज वो डीलिंग करता है ऑफ कोर्स, एंड दैट डीलर ओनली देन सर्कुलेटेड द इन्फॉर्मेशन टू ऑल हिज फ्रेंड्स,
ओन सेट ऑफ पीपल हु बॉट इट अहेड ऑफ टाइम.
अच्छा, ओके. एंड देन लोगों ने पहले खरीद लिया, फिर एक्सेस ने फंड हाउस ने खरीदा एंड वो प्राइस बढ़ गया एंड देन पीपल वुड हैव सोल्ड इट एंड मेड सम
करेक्ट
प्रॉफिट्स.
दैट इज टिपिकली व्हाट अ फ्रंट रनिंग स्ट्रक्चर इज.
ओके. तो इसमें डीलर का मेन इन्वॉल्वमेंट था, फंड मैनेजर का इन्वॉल्वमेंट.
नॉन ऑफ द फंड मैनेजर्स.
एंड हाउ कैन लाइक लेट्स से अ फंड मैनेजर like stop this entire thing? मतलब ये होने से पहले रोक कैसे सकते हैं? like क्या करना चाहिए?
अभी ना extreme measures हो गए हैं. SEBI has come out with now, तो they went to the extent of you have to wear a recording device.
अच्छा.
While you're sitting in office. It's very very it's like getting into some
मतलब recording device as in क्या करेगी वो?
It will record everything you're saying.
So who has to wear this?
All the fund managers.
And like which, like in meetings they have to wear it, or
every time 24 while you're in office in office hours, market hours.
ये पूरा हमेशा
काफी हो चुका है. हाँ, ये basically because of this all the fund managers, and this is not just specific to Axis went one step ahead. Then they put that recording device till the guy was sitting in office. So even if strange, but even if you're in the loop, you cannot take off your recording device.
Ooh.
I'm not giving you some fancy stories. It was a very tough time for the fund team. Very tough time.
My God.
They've really gone through rough weather.
ये क्या डिवाइस होती है रिकॉर्डिंग डिवाइस? मतलब कैसे एक बटन टाइप से, वो जो अभी लिमिटलेस आया वैसे होता है क्या?
अभी टेक्निकली मेरे को आइडिया नहीं. जैसे जब हम लोग रिकॉर्डिंग करते हैं देन यू पुट अ लेपेल माइक ना. उसमें कुछ ऐसा ही होगा वो. कांस्टेंट रिकॉर्डिंग.
और सब एम्प्लॉइज को कंपलसरी है?
नॉट एम्प्लॉइज, फंड मैनेजर्स.
सॉरी सब फंड मैनेजर्स को. अच्छा.
The life was tough for them, man.
Oh my God.
So that's why I'm saying Axis or any other firm for that matter has, I think this really shook up the industry. Again, the thing is Axis didn't do this as an entity. One individual, like if one guy decides to game the system, like what can you do in that case?
आपने फ्रैंकलिन टेम्पल्टन कब छोड़ा था? 2007 में. अच्छा.
तो I was in Singapore also with Templeton.
अच्छा, सिंगापुर में थे
2
आप.
साल.
तो ये जो अभी आपको तो पता है फ्रैंकलिन डेट फंड्स जो फ्रीज हो गए थे 2020 में, तो 6 फंड्स तो वुंड अप हो गए थे. तो इसमें क्या हुआ था? एंड ऑफ कोर्स लाइक यू लेफ्ट इन 2007, बट इसमें क्या गड़बड़ हुई थी एंड इसको कैसे रोक सकते थे?
So सारे secrets निकलवाए. And my friends are going to either kill me or they're going to hug me. देखना पड़ेगा.
I'm sure they'll hug you only.
Templeton was a completely different kind of case, completely away from Axis. That was a liquidity issue. That was not a case of fraud, so to speak, or illegal method. इस केस में फंड मैनेजर्स वेंट एंड सी क्या होता है फिक्स्ड इनकम में ना मार्जिन इतने कम है 6.5 6.6 6.7 it's not equity like 15 and 20 someone is at 15% the other guy could be at 20% depending on the portfolio
रिटर्न्स बोल रहे हो ना
returns
हाँ
in fixed income it's very narrow because you're all buying the same until and unless you take extra credit risk that is what happened with Templeton they were very very good managers of fixed income and they ended up in some of their funds taking excessive credit risk with large volumes when when everything so if the industry returns were 8% they would be at 10 so बहुत पैसे आ गए so money kept coming in they kept buying the same thing so suddenly they had just by example exposure to Bhushan Steel would be in thousands of crores but they had managed it pretty well because money was coming in if you had even one such default then it can have a cascading effect on many other instruments because then people want the money back just technically if in one of the banks downstairs if there's a run on the money and every depositor wants to get their money out do you think the bank can pay them back exactly the same thing with Templeton
येस बैंक के साथ भी तो ऐसे ही हुआ था ना
exactly so when they realized that this is one or two defaults happened and by the way Templeton has paid back every rupee because they were very sure that their credits are good it's just that liquidity was the issue at that time the run on the money, run on the fund. So while they've paid all the money back, but they had to shut the fund down. That means you could not buy or sell anything. That, to my mind, was a very, very tough call because it meant huge credibility loss for them. Because you are saying that in a liquid mutual fund, which is 24-hour liquidity, you stopped your exits. They are allowed to do that. But it really hampered their fixed income business, which finally took a big hit. Now they started again. So I would call the Templeton phase as one of those where, if I can use the word, they probably took excess risks on their books.
तो सबको रिडीम क्यों करना था पैसा उनका क्या हो गया था
या फिर धीरे धीरे दिखने लग गया दैट वन ऑफ देम डिफॉल्टेड देन क्या होता है ना एक बड़ा डिफॉल्ट हो गया एज मैथमेटिक्स है फिक्स इनकम तो प्योर मैथमेटिक्स है अगर मान ले 10,000 करोड़ के पोर्टफोलियो पे 1,000 करोड़ का एक डिफॉल्ट आ गया तो तुम्हारी इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट आएगी नहीं सो क्लियरली योर रिटर्न विल ड्रॉप एंड जो भी लास्ट इन्वेस्टर रह गया उसमें ही हैज टू बेयर द ब्रंट ऑफ अ फॉलिंग एनिमी सो यू वांट टू बी द क्विकेस्ट आउट ऑफ द गेट एंड हु आर द गाइज हु इन्वेस्ट इन फिक्स इनकम ऑल द इंस्टीट्यूशनल इन्वेस्टर्स
अच्छा
not retail and the high net worth guys and the family offices. So everyone wanted to get out. Suddenly they realized, boss, ये तो जो ढंग का क्रेडिट है वो भी पैसे नहीं दे पाएगा. And so they had to shut down these funds.
और फिर वापस पैसे कैसा दिया कैसे दिया
No, so अभी shut down हो गया. So क्या है कि every fixed income has a maturity. They waited for the maturity and they were very sure कि हमारे risk ठीक है. And धीरे धीरे the people paid them back. When the money came back, they paid the unit holders. पर because shut down कर दिया, it gave them the क्या कहते हैं, what's the word for it? It gave them the time to not start worrying of redemption, but to focus on getting your money back.
ओके तो उन्होंने ज्यादा रिस्क ले ली थी एंड बहुत रिस्की कंपनीज के बॉन्ड्स में इन्वेस्ट कर दिया था
Slightly riskier bonds, which then led to higher returns for the portfolio,
बट हायर डिफॉल्ट्स आल्सो
but higher defaults as well.
गॉट इट सो जस्ट इन सिंपल टर्म्स अगर रिटेल इन्वेस्टर ने उनके स्कीम्स में इन्वेस्ट किया है तो फ्रैंकलिन टेम्पल्टन ने भूषण स्टील जैसे कंपनी के बॉन्ड्स में इन्वेस्ट किया था और अगर वो कंपनी ने देन डिफॉल्ट कर दिया तो ये वापस यूनिट होल्डर्स को पैसे नहीं दे पाएगी बट ऑब्वियसली बिकॉज इनको ही पैसा नहीं
और
मिल
ऐसे
पा
दो
रहा है
चार नाम थे वो बड़े नंबर
अच्छा।
एक्सपोज थे दे वर वेरी श्योर कि वो पैसे आ जाएंगे एंड दे हैड टेकन लॉट्स ऑफ प्रिकॉशन ऐसा नहीं है दैट टेम्पल डजंट नो हाउ टू रन मनी दे आर रियली द मास्टर्स ऑफ दिस गेम दे हैड comfort letters, security letters, but यार वो सब काम नहीं आता है ना when there's a run on them. Same thing happened in 2008 with the industry. 2008 के financial crisis में there was a run on liquid funds couldn't pay the money. That was a pure liquidity run. Financial crisis, post-financial crisis, no mutual fund could pay the money. So sometimes these systemic risks, but look at the beauty of the system. After what happened, let's say, in 2007 or with Axis or a couple of other AMCs have had front running issues, not just
हाँ
Axis. Yeah.
कौन से मेरे को पता नहीं है इसीलिए पूछ रहा हूँ जस्ट आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी
Uh, partly it's in the public space, but
हाँ
not many people speak about it. Let's amongst the biggest names.
अच्छा
But
कब
then they
कब
were
हुआ
all
था ये
बहुत साल पहले, 10 साल पहले.
तो फिर तो बोल ही सकते हो अभी 10 साल पहले हुआ है और आप अभी
नहीं,
एएमसी में हो भी
those are
नहीं
big names.
अच्छा
I'll avoid talking about it. Listed entities हैं, so
हाँ
it's best avoid
हम्म
talking about them. But then we've had some cases in the industry, but they were immediately solved.
ओके
Access थोड़ा लंबा चल गया है.
और ये पब्लिक में भी
ये
काफी
पब्लिक में भी
आ
ज्यादा
गया
आ
था
गया है. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये पहला हुआ है.
ओके
और मैं आई माइट गो टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ सेइंग शायद ये आखिरी भी नहीं होगा.
इसके बाद भी हुए
नहीं हो सकता है.
अच्छा ओके
यार
वैसे
इंटेंट की बात है ना. यू कांट टेक अ जजमेंटल कॉल दैट एवरीवन विल बी लाइक absolutely doing the right things. So
राइट ये इंडस्ट्री में जैसे बहुत ज़्यादा रिटेल लोगों का पैसा भी इन्वॉल्व है लाइक म्यूचुअल फंड इफ़ यू सी द एसआईपी नंबर्स हैव बीन लाइक ग्रोइंग एवरी मंथ ऑन मंथ बहुत ज़्यादा लोग म्यूचुअल फंड्स में एसआईपी कर रहे हैं अभी एंड स्टॉक से निकाल के यहाँ पर डाल रहे हैं पैसा एंड फिगर आउट कर रहे हैं कैसे वेल्थ ग्रो करे तो आपको क्या लगता है ये इंडस्ट्री में लाइक कुछ सॉर्ट ऑफ मिस सेलिंग कभी हुई है या होती है और व्हाट आर लाइक सम थिंग्स विच आर गोइंग रॉन्ग in this industry which we as retail investors should be aware of
so credits to Vijay. Um, he says SIP is like warm water. Can that ever be injurious to your health? SIP is like yoga. Can that ever be injurious? And exactly my point. I have said this in public forums when I was working also. मैंने कहा बॉस मैंने खड़े होके ना प्लेटफॉर्म में ये बोला हुआ है there were regulators also that अगर तुम SIP मिस सेल भी कर रहे हो गलत गलत फंड में तुमने SIP करा भी दी स्टिल भला हो जाएगा बिकॉज वो प्रोडक्ट ही इतना अच्छा है. The only mis-selling that can happen in SIP is if you sell it for 12 months or 18 months. See कुशल अपने इंडस्ट्री में ना अभी 30 साल के प्रोडक्ट्स का भी एक ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड है कि the worst performing fund is up 150 times, the best performing is up 250 or 300 times.
worst performing fund is up by 150
150 times in 30
in how many years
30
years that's very good
150 times. You give me the worst performing fund ना I am happy.
कौन सा फंड मतलब ये म्यूचुअल फंड बोल रहे हो आप
हाँ यार अभी ना 30 ईयर वाले एक्सपीरियंस 6 फंड हाउसेस हैं. आदित्य बिरला होगा, निपॉन है, टेम्पल्टन हो गया बिकॉज टेम्पल्टन हैज लेगेसी. ऐसे 6 फंड हाउसेस हैं. SBI भी होगा. तो द बेस्ट इज निपॉन के 2-3 फंड हैं. द वर्स्ट इज मे बी द वर्स्ट इमेजिन 150 टाइम. हाउ कैन दैट बी रॉन्ग? The question is there are no investors in it. And that gets me to your point. You are now 26. So you have a 30-year window, no? Let's assume I've sold the worst fund to you. Have I done something wrong? If you hold for 25 years, you could probably be up 100, 120 times. History suggests 150 times is the worst. History also suggests 200 is the average. But I'm saying let's take the worst possible. You could be up 110 times. Am I doing something wrong? The thing that is not happening is holding on to the fund. Because we get too caught up in the 3 years when things go wrong. 2 years चल नहीं रहा है. 4 साल नेगेटिव है. भाई ये लीनियर तो है नहीं. अभी लीनियर होता तो उसको फिर APGP करके मैथमेटिक्स फिर फिक्स्ड इनकम लेते. तो नॉन लीनियर स्ट्रक्चर है. So over 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, this India is a wealth creating machine. And SIP is the only way to ride it. It will be mis-selling if you buy insurance products. It will be mis-selling if you buy real estate bhar bhar ke. It is mis-selling if you buy guaranteed insurance policies. That is mis-selling.
ULIPs and all
ULIP, I would still say because it's market linked and in the regulator has made it efficient because cost कम कर दिए. I would still think तो चलो ठीक है कम है mis-selling. But वो है serious mis-selling. SIP का तो mis-selling is also
good only
great work.
You've said that insurance policies and FDs are wealth destructing tools.
Yes.
तो क्यों आप ऐसे बोलते हो? इंश्योरेंस एंड एफडीज आप वेल डिस्ट्रक्टिंग की वो एक एग्जांपल के थ्रू एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो?
तो देखिए एफडी में क्या है दैट तो टिपिकली क्या होता है एफडी का होल्डिंग पीरियड क्या होता है एनी नॉर्मल एफडी 3 years 5
5
years
साल
5
हाँ
साल एंड द रिटर्न विल बी व्हाट 6% 7%. मेरे को एक फेज दिखा दे जहां पे इंडिया में लॉन्ग टर्म इन्फ्लेशन वाज लेस देन 6. And by the way, 6 and 7 is pre-tax. It's taxed at the highest rates.
बट सेम आर्ग्यूमेंट कैन गो फॉर जीसेक गिल्ट फंड्स आल्सो ना
No,
लाइक
वो
जो
6.5%, 7% with zero risk है. And there is a possibility of interest rates coming down and you getting mark to market benefit. वो भी तो है ना उसमें. That I have the. Do you know last 1 year that whole fixed income product has returned 8% where the index is 0. So because mark to market angle है, interest rates के anticipation में के गिरने वाला है, fixed income has already moved. But वो FT में तो move ही नहीं होता है because it's fixed. At least gilt has some mark to market happening. And that is why I'm saying long term inflation in India has to be 6.5, 7%. Long term fixed deposit rates cannot be at 6.5, 7. They should at least be at 9. तब जाके पैसे बनेंगे. Because अगर 7 है, then the post tax returns will be 5.5. Then you are 100 basis points lower than inflation, no? As far as insurance is concerned, I think that's the biggest damage to the Indian investor. इससे बड़ा wealth destruction product है ही नहीं. 20-year money and the returns are 4%. How do you justify your existence by giving 20-year products at 4%? And 4% are there because simply they just picked up the government of India bond fund at 20% and they've netted out their expenses 4 to 6%. Imagine you're taking 20-year money and returning 5 or 6%. How can that not be wealth destructive? Those are the cases where I really feel very blessed that I'm not selling fixed deposits. I've never sold insurance policies. I feel very, as if God's own blessing that I got into an industry which is creating wealth for its investors. हम गलती करने के बावजूद we are creating wealth. It's a kudos to this industry and its fund managers that have done a remarkable job.
इंश्योरेंस का काफी मिस सेलिंग भी होता है ना
Massive, yeah, massive.
एंड क्यों इतना ज्यादा मिस सेलिंग होता है?
Because upfront commission are 35%. 35, 40. When I was, in the mutual fund industry, our only competitor used to be when in the banking sector, all of them are selling these products at 35% commission. Who will sell at 2% or 1? Now the trailer, wo bhi 1 trailer.
मतलब क्या?
Our product doesn't have any upfront commission, no?
हाँ.
We are on a trail commission.
अच्छा, ओके. कैसे मतलब trail
Mutual
commission
funds
कैसे?
used to have an upfront. अब सब zero है, वो trail है. Whatever the mutual fund earns, that's what we share. We don't have any 1% upfront we'll give you.
Correct.
Those guys are giving 35% upfront. There's no comparison.
So what do you think can be done to rectify the mis-selling in insurance today in India?
Oh my God. For that, you have to get Monica Hallan on your podcast. She will give you so much work she's done in trying to get the regulator to look at it. I think there is some improvement, but on guaranteed products and all of that, very little work has happened. I think the reason for that is because it's a cycle where LIC gets a lot of this money, and then they are also responsible for infrastructure projects for the government. So it becomes like it's a cycle where it's difficult to break that cycle. Government gets very cheap money through this structure. That's the real story. So when you're getting cheap money, then you put that money back in infrastructure projects. All of these road construction infrastructure projects probably getting funded by all these guaranteed products where the returns are 4%. With the government of India, finally they're buying government of India 20-year, 30-year bonds.
What is the correlation or impact of all the geopolitical events that are happening right now on capital markets? So like जो भी geopolitical events हो रहे हैं, maybe we can discuss 2 or 3 of them. and उसका impact क्या हो रहा है on capital markets?
I'm glad you asked that question. Have you ever asked that question to anyone?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I've asked this question to anyone. I've asked questions like कि geopolitical risks क्या है या तो India के relationships with other countries. But we have discussed one key thing, impact of macroeconomics on stock markets with Kirtan Shah. तो
Yeah.
वो एक पॉडकास्ट किया
Yeah.
था तो उन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया था कैसे इंटरेस्ट रेट्स इन्फ्लेशन करेंसी अप्रिसिएशन डेप्रिसिएशन अफेक्ट द स्टॉक मार्केट्स
So those are macro indicators
हाँ.
for an economy,
हाँ.
but those macro indicators are dependent on geopolitical events. So let's take interest rates or let's say current account deficit. Two things that Kirtan must have spoken about, right? Both.
Yeah.
And today those indicators look good because our current account deficit is in control and our interest rates are in control. But what if we were not buying Russian oil and had come under the pressure that sanctions will come and we were to continue buying, we were not buying Russian oil and the cost of per barrel would have gone up because we would have had to buy from someone else. They won't have given us the subsidized rates. And that would have meant an inflated bill. And now that would have meant that the current account deficit gap increases, which would have had an impact on inflation, which would have had an impact on interest rates. And so the Russia-Ukraine war has a direct impact on India's macro stability and finally then on the capital markets. Let me give you another direct example. The other day, Bajaj Auto came up with a thing, they came out with it's a listed company. In fact, it's there in our portfolio also. They came up with a press release that in their EV manufacturing, they're going to face trouble because China has stopped providing rare earth materials, which are used for magnets and batteries to make the scooters. So obviously the market reacted negatively to it. And the stock took a hit. Obviously, now that decision has been reversed and China is providing all of it. But isn't that a geopolitical risk directly impacting a company? Yesterday, H-1B visas $1 lakh wala aa gaya hai. Trump has said that. Isn't that a direct hit to IT companies?
Can we break all these things down, simplified for the audience one by one? जो आपने सब बताया.
नहीं, मैं वाइड इसलिए बता रहा हूँ बिकॉज इतने सारे पॉइंट्स हैं. The reason why I gave you multiple impacts was because there is no one such impact that happens. What I am trying to drive home is some event happening 15,000 kilometers away can have an impact on your stock and portfolio. वो confirmed है.
तो एक 2-3 एग्जांपल्स लेते हैं और उसको डीप डाइव करते हैं कि ओके रशिया यूक्रेन हो गया H-1B वीजा का भी वो इशू हो गया एंड देन उसका क्या इम्पैक्ट होगा स्टॉक मार्केट्स पे उसकी बात करते हैं.
हाँ, so मैंने जैसे बोला रेयर अर्थ मटेरियल.
हाँ, तो क्या हुआ इसमें एक बार थोड़ा डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन करोगे.
चाइना हैज 70% control on rare earth material.
Rare earth materials होता
precious
क्या है?
material, not gold and silver. Rare earth is material that is used for manufacturing, thorium, things that are used for making magnets, things that are used for making lithium. ये बैटरी में lithium use होता है. तो Chinese have 70% monopoly either within China or wherever these mines are available. Over the last 20 years, they've put their structures like loan दे देते थे African countries को, and then they would have complete control on the mines. तो global production पे इनका 70% ownership है. तभी तो America is not being able to do anything to China. Because what did America say? That I will stop giving you Nvidia's best chips. So what did China say? I'll stop giving you magnets.
Oh.
And who gets hurt? Tesla. So ये तो आप counter punch हो गया.
टेस्ला कैसे हिट होगा इसमें?
Because they use for their electric EV cars.
Okay, the lithium batteries. And all. Okay.
Having said all that, what I'm
तो इसका इंडिया पे कैसे इम्पैक्ट होगा? इंडिया
तो हम तो इसके बीच में अभी सारा ट्रम्प का गुस्सा तो अपने ऊपर निकल रहा है आजकल. For the simple reason how deep do you want me to go into this?
As much as possible.
Okay.
Hmm.
As much as possible. Okay. Let me then step back a bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something which may sound controversial, but I'm convinced this is true. The entire Trump administration, they're doing a series of things against India. छोटा काम नहीं कर रहे हैं. From sanctions to 50% to saying that you will not, to the visas. Then they have taken away, they had Chabahar port हमने बनाया ईरान में. They allowed us to make that port without sanctioning us. They've removed that approval. That means anyone involved in the Chabahar port will now be sanctioned. 7-8 things. They've come into Bangladesh. They've done regime change. They've gone and worked with Asim Munir. ये कितने टाइम में हुआ है ये? Last 3 months. When did Operation Sindoor happen? Exactly 3 months ago. We have hit some serious assets of the Americans and the Pakistanis during Operation Sindoor, which was most unexpected. And now research is also coming up. I'm not giving you, things that are in my imagination. Assets have been hit, and those were not expected. What we are seeing from the Trump administration is retaliation for what the Indian defense services, the armed forces have done during those 88 hours of war with Pakistan. That's where it's all coming from. And part of it is that is why the retaliation is so severe. So you can imagine how hard that hit would have been. So that's one part. It looks as if they want us to they want India to be in the barrel of the front to stop the Russia-Ukraine war. How stupid is that? As if we have the power to stop the Russia-Ukraine war. If we do, then we are a superpower, no? Look at it the other way around. He's doing all this so that we come under pressure, stop buying Russian oil, so that Russia faces an economic crisis, and hence they will stop attacking Ukraine. How convoluted is that? So then तो you have to accept ना कि भाई देश अपना वहां तक पहुंच गया है, we are a superpower. अपने बगैर अभी रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर बंद ही नहीं हो सकती. Then you have to tap yourself on the back also. Okay, बस औकात है इंडिया की. So that's part of the story, but the real story is hidden somewhere else. And that will come out more when research starts to come out.
So where is the real hidden story?
The hidden story is in books now that's coming out. So research both in India and abroad has happened. There's a book called 88 Hour War, and there's a book that has just been written by Tiny Dhillon, one of India's best generals that we've ever had. He was there during 370. He's written a book on Operation Sindoor. Once you start reading it, you'll realize what kind of damage we've done and where we've gone and hit.
In just simple terms, briefly, क्या damage हुआ है?
So अभी क्या है ना, what I'm now going to speak is in the realm of, I cannot substantiate it with proof. Now this is picking up from whatever is coming in, absorbing my own intelligence, weeding out stuff that doesn't make sense, and saying something to you and to your audiences. So you will have to kind of at least give me this much benefit of doubt that I would have filtered a little bit of this. I think what has happened is there's an aircraft called the F-16. Okay, it's been a sophisticated aircraft, and it gets upgraded every few years. बट उसका जब अमेरिका ने F-16 पाकिस्तान को बेचा ना, तो उसके बड़े स्ट्रिक्ट रूल्स थे कि तुम इसको यहाँ नहीं यूज कर सकते, बिकॉज इंडिया रियली वेंट आफ्टर देम सेइंग दैट बस अगर तुमने F-16 दे दिए दे विल कम आफ्टर अस. सो इन्होंने ना बेच तो दिया और उन्होंने बोला यू कैन ओनली यूज इट फॉर काउंटर टेररिज्म वर्क. Now imagine why would you use such a sophisticated aircraft on counter? So they have American operators sit on Pakistani air bases to monitor these aircrafts. Basically, they are running the show there. And these aircrafts are not just monitored, they are also maintained by personnel from the American Air Force. And there's one particular airbase called the Noor Khan Airbase, where even the Pakistanis are not allowed to enter. Only the Americans run that airbase. And it's on record that India has hit Noor Khan. Now, so we hit Noor Khan. You've destroyed something known as a Lockheed Martin very sophisticated radar system. And then we went and hit an underground bunker, which is a command and control center. I am reasonably sure that when you hit the command and control center, there could have been American personnel as well inside. Now, this is a little bit, no one has said that till now, but the fact that because Noor Khan has only mostly American personnel and it's a command and control system and you hit it, it does mean that there's a possibility of having hit American personnel as well, knowingly or unknowingly. And that damage has taken the Americans by storm. Then we hit Kirana Hills, which is in a lot of people have spoken about Kirana Hills. I discounted it. I didn't go into that thing. That Kirana Hills is where deep bunkers for nuclear storage is concerned. And that is also probably maintained by the Americans. So when you hit Kirana, it doesn't mean that is blown up. Aisa nahi hai. Those bunker buster bombs can penetrate. You need to. So abhi Iran mein kiya na inhone. The Americans flew and then they bombed. You need 7 or 8 bombs to go through a distance of this much. They keep penetrating 100 meters till they reach 500 meters down. That's where the nuclear weapon. But in Kirana, we went and hit with 3 or 4 BrahMos. Same thing. Entrance of the caves. And apparently the caves shut down. It is also rumored that next day or 2 days later, there was a specific aircraft which measures nuclear radiation, which was flying over the same area. There are flight paths, radars, that is all in the public knowledge. But now I see this almost sounds conspiracy theorist. So I like to avoid myself going into that area. But this comes from sources who I take very seriously. And it's that flight radar is available. This particular aircraft is used by the CIA to monitor nuclear radiation. That was flying over Kirana Hills. There's no doubt about it.
Oh my God.
And then to top of it all, they sent specific material which was imported from Egypt to drop over the hills so that it brings the radiation down.
मतलब मैं समझा नहीं है.
So you have to bring the radiation down. I'm forgetting the exact material that is used. When you drop it over a radiation center, it drops the radiation. It kills the radiation
तो
effect.
किसने भेजा ये इजिप्ट में?
So so the Americans were flying these big huge aircrafts. The Chinese were flying these aircrafts to bring this material in from Egypt. Egypt is the supplier of that material. I'm forgetting the name.
Okay.
I'll quickly remember it and I'll tell you. And those flight paths are all available. So if you've hit Kirana Hills, which is a nuclear center, then you've hit Noor Khan Air Base, then the Americans are going to be upset. That is what is happening. Nothing to do with the Russia-Ukraine war. तो Russia-Ukraine तो 3 साल से चल रहा है. तुमको अभी ये सब पिछले 3 महीने में जागा है कि India is buying oil. We've been buying oil for like 2 years now. And China buys more oil than us. The Europeans are buying more oil than us. Suddenly what happened in the last 3 months? It's totally coinciding with Operation Sindoor.
तो इन सब चीजों का इंडियन कैपिटल मार्केट्स पे कैसे इफेक्ट होगा?
हो ही रहा है. Okay, so let me de-link the two in a bit. See, valuations are anyway stretched. So anyway they were stretched. Now what is happening is, so suddenly you have a situation where the Americans are putting tariffs. 50% is not tariff, it's a sanction. It's a trade embargo. जब तुम 50% लगाते हो ना, तो you say कि मेरे को तुमसे बात ही नहीं करनी है. 50 is that. So shrimp. Today I was reading while I'm coming in, shrimp exports, textiles. There's one particular in Thrissur, Tamil Nadu, जहाँ पे 70% of India's exports of textiles happens from that place only. जहाँ पे लोगों ने एक-एक फैक्ट्री में 5-5 हज़ार लोग हैं। So shrimp exports, manufacturing exports, textile exports, some of them will be listed companies. Now H-1B visas, all the people that were doing work, let's say on IT basis. Let's see what happens on Monday on the IT stocks. Let's have a look. Direct correlation है. कुछ मैं और भी तेरे को ऐसा कुछ डेटा देता हूँ which will give you another idea. But what I'm just trying to say, when you start painting the picture, you'll realize that you are not an isolated nation that's sitting and only SIP is coming, so you're making money. You're linked to the world, and the world is at war. There's Middle East going on. There's Russia-Ukraine going on. You had your own Operation Sindoor. And then there's tension on Taiwan. That's not for Taiwan. They don't love Taiwan. They want TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. 4 years ago, I predicted chip shortages. I think I was amongst the very few in India who put a video out, and that went a bit viral, saying that 2021 there'll be a chip shortage. That exactly played out. The chip shortage, and today Nvidia is the most valuable company in the world. So that's capital markets.
So आपने बताया another data point you
Yeah.
can give to
Another
substantiate.
data point too. So how is all this related to economies? So we'll come back to Kirtan's topic of macro. Let's come back to macro for a minute. Okay. Let's take a situation. You are an entrepreneur. Okay. You have got 100 crore का project and तेरे को plant लगाना है. ठीक है. अब तेरे पास 2 ऑप्शन है. या तो महाराष्ट्र में लगा ले, पूना में, ठीक है, जहाँ पे सब मैन्युफैक्चरिंग होती है, या but so you won't get any tax break when you put the plant in Pune, but you'll get fantastic facility, सब कुछ मिलेगा, security, ये सब, labor अच्छे से मिल जाएगा. The other option is you go to महाराष्ट्र में or Chhattisgarh or any of those. Let's say they tell you that in Maharashtra you go to the red corridor, Dantewada, or in Chhattisgarh, where they'll give you 5-year tax break. But they don't assure you that it'll be safe, because you could come under a Maoist attack, or you could come under you could come under some form, or you could even go to Kashmir and put a plant. The Kashmir government will give you 5 years of tax. Where will you put your plant? Pune with no tax breaks, 5 years tax break. So with no tax break, but full security. Or in Dantewada, or in Chhattisgarh, or in Kashmir, where you give great financial incentives, but they're not very sure if they can guarantee you safety.
The first one.
Why?
I'll prefer safety, no?
You'd prefer safety. Now, if I tell you that your decision of safety is the reason why terrorism has hurt India's economic growth by monstrous proportions. मैं अभी वही बात करके आ रहा हूँ आज. उसका डेटा दूंगा ना, so it'll be astounding data है वो.
क्या डेटा है?
So इसमें अभी तेरा टेस्ट होने वाला है. और बड़ा सोचना, जितना बड़ा हो सकता है. Question is, between 1993, which year were you born in?
99.
99. Between 93 and 2013, that's a 20-year period. How many terror attacks happened on India?
400-500.
400-500?
I don't know. I mean, मेरे को तो एक ही पता है, attacks of 26/11. मैं guess कर रहा हूँ ऐसे हुए होंगे काफी.
और बड़ा सो?
इससे बड़ा है? हाँ, कितना होगा बताओ. इन दोनों को भी पूछते हैं ना.
आप कहाँ से हो? You're from Bombay only. So तूने तो 26/11 को तो तूने बॉम्बे ट्रेन ब्लास्ट भी देखा होगा. 93 में तो ये तू पैदा भी नहीं होगा.
नहीं, ये 93 में बॉर्न नहीं हुआ होगा.
जहाँ मैं आया हूँ अभी, वहाँ स्टॉक एक्सचेंज
बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हुए थे ना BSE में.
ट्रेन ब्लास्ट भी तो देखा हो ना, 2006 वाला. So it's not just 26/11. Bombay has been hit multiple times.
Yeah.
आप कहाँ से हो? सतारा से. पुणे में मैं आपको मल्टीपल बता देता हूँ. जर्मन बेकरी में ब्लास्ट हुआ था, अभी आपको याद नहीं होगा. पुणे. So two things. First, I will आई वॉन्ट अ नंबर, कितने
हम्म।
अटैक में। दूसरा, मैं ये दावे के साथ कह सकता हूँ, कोई मेजर सिटी ऐसा नहीं है इस देश में दैट हैज नॉट कम अंडर अ टेररिस्ट अटैक। आई एम चैलेंजिंग एनीवन ऑन दिस शो, ओपन चैलेंज, यू टेल मी अ सिटी इट्स बीन अटैक। सो लेट्स गो बैक टू दैट क्वेश्चन।
1000, 1000
और बड़ा सोच,
इससे भी ज्यादा है
हाँ,
भाई। तुम लोग ही बता दो, सोचो तुम लोग कितना है।
कितने आतंकवादी हमले हुए होंगे आपके देश पे 1993 से 2013 तक, और 1000 भी कम है। आतंकवादियां, मैं माओइस्ट नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, बाद में बड़ा आतंकवादी, स्पेसिफिक आतंकवादी
2000, 3000 मैक्स आई थिंक।
और बड़ा सोच।
अरे भाई अभी कितने क्या, 20,000 है क्या?
नहीं, अब फिर तो दुकान ही बंद हो जाएगी। 6024
Oh my God,
One a day.
6024.
6000
Yeah, it's almost one a day.
वन अ डे।
कैसे?
ऑलमोस्ट नहीं, इट इज वन अ डे।
Yeah, कैसे? One a day मतलब कैसे पॉसिबल इतना?
तो एज अ सिटीजन शुडंट यू बी आस्किंग दैट क्वेश्चन? तो मोदी जी आजकल बोलते क्या है? हैव यू नोटिस वन थिंग? बाय द वे, मैं पॉलिटिकल डिस्कशन में नहीं जा रहा हूँ, मैं सिर्फ हार्ड फैक्ट्स दे रहा हूँ। सो जब प्रधानमंत्री मोदी किसी देश में जाते हैं तो वो क्या बोलते हैं कि मेरे को टेररिज्म रोकना है। एक स्पीच उठा लो, चाहे वो जापान जाए, इंग्लैंड चले जाएं, ऑस्ट्रेलिया चले जाएं, अमेरिका चले जाएं, एंटी टेरर, एंटी टेरर, एंटी टेरर। कभी सोचा है व्हाई इज ही कॉन्स्टेंटली टॉकिंग अबाउट टेररिज्म? इज दिस, नाउ आई विल टेल यू द कॉस्ट ऑफ टेररिज्म। तो 6024 अटैक, सो मूडीज का रिसर्च है ये, दैट इवन, so think of it this way, that one large terror attack takes away 0.75 to maybe 1%. Large terror attack takes away 1% GDP and 2% investment growth in the year of the attack. 1%. फ्रांस में हुआ, उस दिन टूरिज्म खत्म हो गई। स्पेन में टेरर 2001 9/11 हैपेंड। अमेरिका 20 साल तक अभी तक लड़ाइयां लड़ रहा है। And India has had 6,000 terror attacks, one a day. It's fair to say you've had one large attack a year. If you don't believe me, I'll take out my laptop right now. I'll prove it to you. One large terror attack has happened every year. From Akshardham, you're from Ahmedabad, Nasik, right? So Maharashtra to constantly has come under attack. In fact, Nasik has also had attacks. They've tried to, Nagpur, not Nasik. I'm saying Nagpur has come under attack. Pune has come under attack. Delhi to constantly under attack. Can you believe it, कुशल, कि 93 का जो कार्यकाल है उसमें तो पंजाब टेररिज्म इन्वॉल्व ही नहीं है, वो 80s का प्रॉब्लम था। अगर वो ऐड कर देना तो भयंकर नंबर है। सो मूडी ने ये रिसर्च किया, 0.75 to 1% जीडीपी लॉस, 2% इन्वेस्टमेंट ग्रोथ लॉस। नाउ यू कंपाउंड दैट फॉर 20 लॉन्ग ईयर्स, 1% जीडीपी लॉस फॉर 20 years. You lost 1/3 of an economy to terrorism. That's how big the problem is. 4 guys come, they create chaos, and the impact it leaves back on the economy is disastrous. Perfect business model.
My God.
It's mind-boggling. I mean, I'll prove it to you कि इसका कैपिटल मार्केट्स पे क्या इम्पैक्ट है। अब 2014 से लेकर 2025 हो रहे हैं, 11 साल हो रहे हैं, ये सब ट्रेंड रिवर्स हो गया। चिशोमी एक अटैक हुआ है बॉम्बे में, दिल्ली में, अहमदाबाद में, कोई एक अटैक हुआ है कहीं पे। सिर्फ 100 किलोमीटर का रेडियस है कश्मीर के अंदर, साउथ कश्मीर, उसी के अंदर हो रहा है जो भी, पूरा टाइट करके 100 किलोमीटर पे ले आए। तो पहलगाम वहीं पे हुआ, जो भी हो रहा है कश्मीर के अंदर ही हो रहा है, वो भी आर्मी के अगेंस्ट हो रहा है, नॉट इवन सिविलियंस। नॉट अ सिंगल सिटी हैज कम अंडर अटैक। मैक्स टू मैक्स पठानकोट पे अटैक होने वाला था, दे फिगर्ड इट आउट एयरबेस पे। सो द मिनट इट हैज रिवर्स्ड, stock market all time high, India's fourth largest GDP, India is getting the highest amount of investments, both domestic and make in India. You look at every macro indicator, we have become a stable and secure nation. Isn't that an impact on capital markets also? So I'm now wanting you to think that you are 26 years old. What if you had the same stable period for the next 20 years? You're adding back to GDP. You're adding back to becoming a safe and secure nation. people will come and invest out here. They will create jobs. Manufacturing will go up. Who will benefit? Stock markets. So the point I'm trying to make to everyone is that if your number one issue is national security, if you are a safe and secure nation, everything else will fall in place. But if you're not a safe nation, nothing will happen to your country. And I think in this present government, the number one focus is on making it a secure nation. Whether it's energy security, food security, whether it is security for the forces, nation, citizens, terrorism. So that is why I'm super bullish on the next 20 years of the country.
वाओ, नहीं पता था कि टेररिज्म से इतना इम्पैक्ट होता है.
अभी तो
मतलब
मैंने पूरी
GDP
दुकान
पे
नहीं
and
खोली
all.
तेरे सामने. If I open my laptop and I'll show you some stuff, that's why you were telling me ना TV पे कर सकते हैं. But for another day. That
Sure.
we'll do some
Guys, let us know in the comment section if you want another episode on geopolitics and stock markets. That'll be like
super
super
session that
amazing.
will be just to take you in depth कि ये हो क्या रहा है and why was this allowed. कुशल, in this house अगर घर पे कोई आके तेरा लॉक तोड़ दे, शीशा तोड़ दे, वो जो पीपोल है वो तोड़ दे, घर में घुस के चोरी कर ले, तो 2 बारी टॉलरेट करेगा ना, 4 बारी, 6 बारी, 100 बारी, कभी ना कभी तो you'll put a guard, you'll put a camera, you'll put something, you'll protect yourself. It's the most basic thing. Your country's come under attack 6,000 times and we didn't do anything.
ये 6000 अटैक्स कहाँ पे हुए हैं? मतलब
शीट
मैं
निकालता हूँ
कभी सुना नहीं है इतने अटैक्स के बारे में.
बिकॉज हम लोग अट्यून नहीं थे उसको. कहाँ नहीं हुआ है. मे बी बिकॉज तुम लोगों की एवरेज एज ही 25 है तो तुमने वो देखा नहीं है. 25 में से 14 साल तो तुमने 11-12 साल तो नॉन वायलेंस के देखे ना. तो 50% of the time you've not seen any issue. In fact, if in your youth, in your growing year, in your 26, you would probably even you would have been 14, 15 when the government came into power. From 15 at that impressionable age to 26, you've not seen violence. So you don't understand it. I have seen it every day. So I understand it. And trust me, I'm not even gone into Punjab terrorism. So we're very lucky that we have a government which is super focused on counter-terrorism. Whether it is Israeli intelligence, American intelligence, खुद का intelligence, ये apparatus, वो apparatus. So ये है connection with the capital markets.
Wow. Quite deep. Actually, I think we'll do another podcast on geopolitics and geoeconomics and capital markets, but very mind-boggling insights and numbers that you've shared. But just coming back to mutual funds and last couple of questions that I have for you. So one is that अगर आपको आज 10 लाख रुपए दिए and आपको बोला कि invest in this mutual fund for your son or son's future or daughter's future, तो आप कौन से 2 या 3 mutual funds में invest करोगे?
नहीं, सो मेरा ना व्यू बदल गया इस पे एंड आई मस्ट बी वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंट ऑन दैट बिकॉज मेरा व्यू बदल गया है. मैंने व्हाट आई रियलाइज इज दैट फंड्स आर, मैं अगेन कॉन्ट्रोवर्शियल स्टेटमेंट है बट जेन्युइन स्टेटमेंट है, फंड्स आर इररेलेवेंट. डजंट मैटर. मैंने बोला ना, यू बाय द वर्स्ट परफॉर्मिंग फंड, हाउ डज इट मैटर? What matters today is I want to, if someone asks me that, na, first I will make a financial plan. कितना डालोगे, तुम्हारे एक्सपेंसेस क्या हैं, पैसा कब चाहिए, गोल क्या है, बच्चे की एजुकेशन कब है, घर कब खरीदना है, गाड़ी कब लेनी है, ये क्वेश्चंस मैटर करते हैं. क्योंकि मान लो someone comes to me, Karan, can you help me, मेरे को फंड बता. That's so easy to do. But the question is, I don't even know when he needs the money. Manlo, he says, you know what? He doesn't even tell me this, that he needs to buy a house in 3 years' time. Can I recommend him a thematic fund? No. 3 years is too short. I'll end up probably telling him a hybrid fund. but I don't even know उसको पैसे क्यों कब चाहिए.
Are there any specific funds which you specifically avoid? इसमें तो करना ही नहीं है.
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
Thematic,
नहीं,
sectoral,
नहीं, ऐसा
arbitrage,
कुछ नहीं
hybrid.
है. सब डेडली फंड हैं, सब सुपर एफिशिएंट मैनेज्ड फंड्स हैं. I avoid investing when everyone is investing broadly.
Can you give an example?
Like today, everyone is euphoric, like nothing can go wrong. That bothers me. See, finally, Kushal, who are we? हम हैं कौन? We are managers of risk. We are not managers of performance. We are risk managers. Return is a byproduct. And when I start looking at the risks are going up. Whether it's valuation risks, geopolitical risks, volatility risk. When the risk numbers are going up, and I still don't see that reflecting in people's, ability to be cautious, that bothers me. I will still tell my friends to invest, but I make a financial plan for them. I get the husband and wife together to sit in a room, and then I tell them then we recommend something. Boss, अब ये ऐसा कर सकते.
आपने टोटल कितने म्यूचुअल फंड स्कीम्स में इन्वेस्ट किया है?
I think 6.
एंड 6 इज
That's it.
फाइन.
बहुत ज्यादा है.
अच्छा, 6 भी ज्यादा है.
और 6 अलग अलग हैं, बिल्कुल अलग अलग है. बीएनपी का एक फंड है, कोटक के मेरे पास फंड्स पड़े हैं, एक आधा एक्सिस का रह गया है. I gave you the whole list earlier. Slightly different names.
तो
Tata.
तो जो यंग ऑडियंस ये देख रही है, रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स, तो हमको भी आप रेकमेंड करो 6 फंड्स में डालना चाहिए पैसा.
प्लीज उससे ज्यादा मत करना. उससे दैट्स ओवर डाइवर्सिफिकेशन. 2 या 3 में सब काम हो जाएगा.
ओके. इंडेक्स फंड्स में आप इन्वेस्ट करते हो?
नहीं.
क्यों?
Because I still believe India has a 15 year runway अपने पास where alpha generation होगा by fund managers. अभी हम लोग उस स्टेज पे नहीं पहुंचे हैं that हमारी मार्केट इतनी एफिशिएंट हो गई है that fund managers cannot outperform the index. We're not there yet.
समझ गया.
I think we have got some room for that. So I'm not a big fan of index funds yet.
अच्छा.
And that's a very passive way of looking at your portfolio. Like, so for example, जैसे मैंने biggest example, अपने पास बैंकिंग ही नहीं है. अब सारे इंडेक्स में बैंकिंग भरा होगा ना. अगर मेरा व्यू नहीं है ऑन बैंकिंग, तो मैं क्या लूं फिर?
आपने कभी ऐसे फंड में इन्वेस्ट किया है जिसने नेगेटिव रिटर्न्स या कुछ जीरो रिटर्न्स दिए हो कभी?
बहुत बारी. मैं तो यार ऐसा टाइम देखा है. Well, you got Ashish on this show ever?
Ashish
Sumaya?
Yeah.
So Ashish, remind Ashish, and I mean, he will remember this. Who else have you got from the mutual fund industry?
Almost everyone. Nilesh Shah of Kotak,
no? So, okay.
Mr. Navneet Munot of HDFC AMC.
Yeah, so this set
Radhika Gupta of Edelweiss.
Okay, so Radhika wouldn't have seen this because she was not here at that time. But every one of us have seen a phase, 2000 to 2004, 4 years, where we've not sold a single rupee of equity funds.
No.
And the best performing equity fund, CNBC तब भी award देता था ना, best performing equity fund award goes to XYZ Fund House for what was the return? Best is -15, -17. मैंने 4 साल तक सिर्फ फिक्स्ड इनकम बेचा है.
हाँ.
तेरे को मैं बता नहीं सकता कि फिक्स्ड इनकम मैनेजर्स were the only thing that mattered to the world.
क्यों, क्या हुआ था ऐसे तभी?
कुछ हुआ ही नहीं था 4 साल तक.
हाँ, मतलब वही
कुछ नहीं हुआ. डेड. जीरो भी नहीं, नेगेटिव.
2004
1999 का फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस, दैट्स द ईस्ट एशियन करेंसी क्राइसिस, वेंट टू द 2000 टेक बूम, टक करके सब गिर गया. उसके बाद 4 साल. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर when one of our senior directors went to pick up the award. He says, can you believe it? I'm getting an award for getting a -15 or a -16. I'm that. This is the day. It's true. I've gone through that phase. When fixed income was 18% positive.
18%?
Yeah, mark to market.
Wow.
Falling interest rate scenario. So when that happened, when interest rates started falling and valuations were looking so good, that is when 2005 started. When no one was investing in equities, suddenly 2005, 6, 7, and the bull run started. So we love those markets. I personally love markets where you get value to invest. You find stocks cheap. वो मिल नहीं रहा है अभी।
अभी आपको लग रहा है इंडियन मार्केट्स ओवर वैल्यूड है
यार
at present?
ब्रॉडली वो वर्ड थोड़ा स्ट्रांग हो जाएगा, बट फेयरली वैल्यूड डेफिनेटली है। यहाँ से टू मेक मनी इज गोइंग टू गेट टफर एंड टफर।
ओके, एंड इंडिया के बाहर आप कहीं पे इन्वेस्ट करते दूसरे कंट्रीज में?
पहले था मेरा इंटरनेशनल एक्सपोजर, वी माइट स्टार्ट नाउ।
ओके, व्हिच कंट्रीज आर यू लुकिंग एट?
यूएस, but a diversified fund, not tech, but maybe US pharma.
क्यों यूएस फार्मा स्पेसिफिकली?
Just I think we've been reasonably bullish on pharma for a while, and it's played out also. And you get some good diversification. So like a top 25 stocks is you can play through a fund, which I think again, if I'm not mistaken, Kotak has a fund called Kotak Global Fund. They buy 25 of the biggest companies in the world. बेस्ट है ना, उसमें सब कुछ आ जाता है, कोक, पेप्सी, एनवीडिया, सब कुछ आ जाता है। जस्ट अ सिंपल स्ट्रक्चर टू प्ले दैट फंड और टू प्ले इंटरनेशनल एंड फार्मा। सो इट्स नॉट जस्ट फार्मा, सॉरी, आई एम जस्ट reiterating, top 25 funds in the world, stocks.
और ये जो फंड जैसे N100 हो गया मोतीलाल ओसवाल का, नैस्डैक 100 जो नैस्डैक के 100 कंपनीज में इन्वेस्ट करता है एंड ऑल, दिस इज एन इंडेक्स फंड, तो इन पर आपका क्या व्यू पॉइंट है?
मैंने उतना ट्रैक नहीं किया, बट दिस आई कैन टेल यू फॉर श्योर, द अमेरिकन रिटर्न्स 80% have come because of 8 stocks. You can't be such a lopsided structure, and that is ये हमारे साथ हो चुका है इंडिया में 2014-15 when 7 or 8 companies made 80% of the returns. It doesn't work like that. So I won't invest in that, not because it's Motilal or anything. In that structure, I would not invest.
Okay.
I'll stay away from some of these. In fact, they started to slow down a bit. The Teslas and the Amazons. Amazon has, in the last 5 years, it's 30%. It's 30% total return. It's compounded at only 6% or 5%. It's an underperforming stock. People don't realize that. The only thing that has worked is Nvidia. That's pulled the American markets up into a different zone. So लगता है, oh God, America is performing. ऐसा नहीं है.
और अगर कोई रिटेल इन्वेस्टर है जो स्टॉक्स इन्वेस्टिंग करता है, तो आइडियली उनके पोर्टफोलियो में कितने नंबर ऑफ स्टॉक्स होने चाहिए आपके हिसाब से? 25?
That's it.
ये तो ज़्यादा नहीं है 25? 4% एक्सपोजर इन ईच स्टॉक, मतलब उनके पोर्टफोलियो का।
मतलब स्टॉक्स कम है या
मैं बोला ज़्यादा नहीं है 25, लाइक आइडियली यूजुअली 10 स्टॉक्स होते हैं ना, 10
नहीं
15।
वो तो बहुत ही कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड हो जाएगा।
ओके,
अगर सिर्फ स्टॉक्स कर रहे हो ना 15-20, यू नीड 22-23 स्टॉक्स टू मेक अ गुड पोर्टफोलियो।
एंड आपने कभी स्टॉक्स इन्वेस्टिंग किया ही नहीं बिकॉज ऑफ योर
मैंने
म्यूचुअल
पहले
फंड?
नहीं किया था,
बट अभी तो पीएमएस के थ्रू कर रहे हो, बट इंडिविजुअली आप फिर भी नहीं कर रहे हो स्टॉक्स इन्वेस्टिंग?
थिंग इज, फर्स्ट आई डोंट हैव द कैपेसिटी टू रिसर्च ऑल दिस। मेरी पूरा 4 घंटे तो मैं दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है वो रिसर्च कर रहा हूँ। ऑल द डेटा आई प्रोवाइडेड यू हैज कम ऑन 10 years of research. Right. I've been doing this study even when I was in Axis. So now I don't have the capacity कि मैं ये इसको भी करूँ and find out what stocks. But then फिर मेरा fund advisor क्या करेगा? I can't second guess him. That's his job. My job is to give him direction कि where is the world headed. Then we talk. Then we come to some conclusion and then he can take a decision for all portfolios.
तो अभी जो आपका 18 करोड़ का कॉर्पस है, देन अभी आप इसको कैसे प्लान कर रहे हो? लाइक यू आर नाउ अभी विड्रॉइंग कितना चल रहा है एंड देन इसको कहाँ तक लेके जाओगे आप? 30-40 CR इन द नेक्स्ट 10 years, व्हाट्स द प्लान?
अगर मैंने रिडेम्पशन थोड़े कम नहीं करे तो ये पोर्टफोलियो अटक जाएगा, सो दैट इज व्हाई रिडेम्पशन हैव टू कम डाउन अ बिट।
कितने 90 लाख से भी ज्यादा हो रहा है क्या साल से?
हाँ
अच्छा,
हाँ, तभी तो पंगा है। We need to, me and my wife have started putting every expense, we put a budget, we've now started expense. Yeah.
So what are your monthly expenses? Can you break it down?
Yeah, big portion used to be these trips, foreign trips.
कितना क्या होता था एक बार expense breakdown करते?
15-18 lakhs per trip, easy.
इतना ज्यादा?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I've said we need to. So those are lessons in life I need to learn. That how to live a life where sometimes you have to be frugal also. So this is new for me. From spending too much money, now I have to start spending less money. It's not as if I won't do the trips, but we'll do two a year. Spend less money. Do it in places that we love going. Don't go to Europe. Go to other locations in Southeast Asia. So those things are part and parcel of starting, because I do believe that it's not going to be easy to make money.
तो
What
एक
was
फॉरेन ट्रिप्स हो गया फिर
foreign trips, watch, I've stopped buying.
नहीं बट ये रिकरिंग नहीं हुआ ना ये वन टाइम होगा राइट वॉच
वो
एंड ऑल
4 बारी हो गया ना, तो 15-20, that in itself is 80 lakhs.
बट ये हर साल आप वॉच खरीदते
ये
हो
नहीं वॉच नहीं, ट्रिप्स.
ट्रिप्स की बात कर मैं वॉच बोल रहा हूँ जैसे ट्रिप्स हो गया ठीक है साल में
हाँ।
4 बार 80 lakhs हाँ फिर वॉच हो गया
वॉच हो गया.
हाँ वॉच 15 लाख बट ये रिकरिंग नहीं है ना वॉच इज अ वन टाइम
बट ये ऐसा लगता है, बट यही तो प्रॉब्लम है. एवरी टाइम वी डू दिस, पर ये तो रिकरिंग नहीं है, फिर कुछ और आ जाता है.
ठीक है फिर उसके
So
बाद
the house was not accounted for.
हम्म,
I had not accounted that we'll end up buying the house.
हाँ.
वो आ गया. So it's in this line that we have to control some of our expenses so that we can plan for something that comes outside of the syllabus.
got it
And anyway, and I think both of us have realized that it's time to just take it easy.
no, thanks
Don't
for
buy a
being,
car every 3
yeah.
years and stuff like that.
Thanks for being very candid and
Oh,
very
yeah, yeah.
frank. ये तो सही है काफी. अच्छा आप हर 3 साल गाड़ी खरीदते हो?
3-4 साल में हो गया था.
Got it.
Fourth year.
कौन सी गाड़ियाँ खरीदी है हर 3
I've
साल?
always had a Beamer.
अच्छा BMW every 3 years.
Every 4 years.
अपग्रेड करते हो आप हमेशा. एंड पिछले वाली फिर है या बेच देते हो?
नहीं that I sold.
अच्छा दैट यूज
Obviously.
मेरे को लगा आपको वॉचेस का शौक है तो गाड़ियों का भी कलेक्शन करने
एक
का
ही है.
शौक
एक we all have two cars each, but one is a Beamer. Now we were wanting to buy a Mini Cooper. Now that's a fantastic car. Our eyes are set on it, but this time we decided no way, I'm not redeeming the money.
वो भी तो BMW का ही है ना वैसे.
But in the next couple of years we'll buy it when things settle down, when I'm a little more sure that directionally things are looking good.
So at present I assume that your source of income is from these investments, the percentage returns that you are getting.
All my source of income, I do get speaking assignments, but I never count that as source of income, because if I do 100 assignments, I probably charge 15 times. 80 times I don't.
Acha, okay.
But because I just do it for the love of speaking to the community. I love speaking to the distributors and that.
Right.
But so I don't even account for it in I'm on the boards of a couple of companies. There's some board income that comes, but I don't account for that.
Got it. Wow. Very inspiring journey you've had. Thank you so much for doing this. बहुत मजा आया आपसे बात करके.
I really enjoyed. You really took me through all the questions on money and economics and terrorism.
Yeah. No,
and you would have noticed that उस वक्त my eyes lit up to answer, because that's such a problem that India has to solve.
Right. I agree.
Is solving.
No, I agree with you. One last question is a tricky one I ask all my guests. If you were in the shoes of Kushal Lodha and if you were interviewing yourself, what is one question you would like to ask yourself towards the end?
Are you happy with your journey?
So are you happy with your journey, Mr. Karan Datta?
I'm very happy with the journey, and I've taken very tough, courageous decisions. Generally, I'm very tough on myself, but I must admit that I took a good, courageous decision in 2019 to leave the corporate world. I could have made so much more money, but those 7-8 years, I've gained so much.
In terms of?
Fitness, less stress, just more loving my you would never have called me. If I was still working, you would probably, so many people have called me. The ability to study 4 hours a day and work and play 4 hours a day. I'm living a college student's life.
You study for 4 hours a day?
Yeah.
What do you study?
All this I rattled off to you. All of what is happening in the world. You can ask me anything that is happening right now. I would be on top of the situation.
Oh, wow.
So whether it's the Saudis have had now an alliance with Pakistan, what happened in Manipur yesterday, terror attack, just yesterday with the 2 army jawans got shot, what's happening with Bangladesh, on Nepal. I study this day in and day out.
Now we should do a podcast on geopolitics and all of this.
I think, Kushal, the time has come now for youngsters to realize that this is a serious issue for this country and that they takes their safety for granted. The world has changed. And how? My next talk I'll do with you is to take you from 1990s, how the world has changed till now.
Yeah. No, definitely looking forward to it. But thank you so much once again for doing this. बहुत मजा आया आपसे बात करके,
I
sir.
really enjoyed.
And I hope कि आप, I know you've done a lot of podcasts on bigger platforms also,
No.
but I hope I was able to ask some questions which were not asked in
No,
the previous
no,
one.
absolutely. That's why my enthusiasm. That's why I changed all my flights. My enthusiasm to.
Oh yeah,
talk
thank
to
you for rescheduling the
No, no,
flight as well.
My pleasure. No one
Guys,
has
he is
asked
so
me.
kind. He has rescheduled his flight because the podcast duration was going very long. So very grateful to him for doing that.
My pleasure. And no one has ever asked me the detailing on geopolitics. And I think that, like, just to top it all, money is important, but the nation is even more important.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll spend more time on it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed myself.
Thank you so much.
And I didn't know you've done 250. That's and I must say something that at 250, people may tend to lose steam a bit. But I think your enthusiasm is still as if you're doing your first podcast.
No, in fact, हर podcast का मेरे को ऐसे लगता है कि यार और बढ़ जाता है. Why? Because like इससे मैं कितनी चीजें सीखा. मेरे को I had no idea about the terrorist attacks, number of them, and what is the impact on the Indian
Sindoor
markets.
And impact.
Yeah, exactly. That is something which is absolutely new.
Yeah.
So every podcast has to give me some mind-boggling insight or information which like truly just boggles my mind.
Yeah.
So that is something which I always look forward to, and that's why even 252 or maybe 1000, I think the energy should be the same.
Excellent. Best of luck, Kushal, and keep doing the good job.
Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
Thanks. अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया होगा तो आई रिक्वेस्ट यू टू शेयर इट विद ऑल योर फ्रेंड्स एंड सब्सक्राइब टू आवर चैनल सो दैट वी कैन गिव यू मोर वैल्यू एडिटिव कंटेंट इन द शॉर्टेस्ट अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम. हमको ये बताइए कि आपको कौन से काइंड ऑफ गेस्ट चाहिए. हमको ये बताइए कि कौन से क्वेश्चंस मुझे नहीं पूछने चाहिए थे, कौन से क्वेश्चंस मुझे और पूछने चाहिए थे ताकि आपको और ज्यादा वैल्यू मिल सके, और कौन से ऐसे पार्ट्स है जो आपको बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं आए ताकि हम लोग ये पार्ट्स ट्रिम कर सके फ्यूचर एपिसोड्स में. सो थैंक यू सो मच वंस अगेन फॉर वॉचिंग दिस episode and keep sharing all our episodes with your friends and keep giving us feedback so that we can improve and come up with better quality content.